in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Oh, Trace, that's a wonderful pin. Don't tell me. Clone 2016 limited edition? It looks so soft.
Your compliment was sufficient, Hugo. Hey, Harry. Nice pin. How the hell are you? Chad has mistaken me for this dickhead Harry, which seems logical because he also works for ESL and I cast with him regularly. Harry and I also go to the same barber, although I have a slightly better haircut.
Chad, congratulations, man. I saw the reports. Time game went well.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
great stuff. ESCA tonight?
No can do. Got an 8:30 res with the pros, man. Trying out a new crosshair though, I'll swing it over.
New crosshair. What do you think?
That's very nice. Look at that.
Gave it a go yesterday. 1 on the thickness, 0 on the dot, and 1 on the outline. It's great for visibility.
That's very cool, Stunner, but that's nothing. Look at this. Daring yellow, thin outline. What do you think?
Nice.
Jesus. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
I cannot believe that Machine prefers Rush's crosshair to mine.
But wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. Check out this bad boy. Statement read, almost a statement in itself. Dot, for that pinpoint precision. And let's not forget a little bit of girth. Goes a long way.
Impressive. It's nice, it really is. Now let's see Chad's crosshair. Look at that subtle neon coloring. The tasteful thickness of it, oh my God. The gap is perfect.
Something wrong? Stunner? You're sweating.
Thinking, moving, touching, and well, all of the other things, all of the other pieces that you need to compete in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Welcome back to CS Psychology 101. Today, we're going to be going over a very important subject, XXX Heyman 420. In 2012, he had a 4K 1D clip that really was overly edited by an equally talented friend. Now accumulating only, and I mean only, 1,372 views over 8 years. The taste of success that followed led to the creation of the monster that we now know as the Movie Fragger.
Clip it, baby. This one is going viral. Top 3 Reddit easy. Zaiwu, Zaihu, more like it. Check out this shit.
Oh, don't you worry, movie fragger. We are definitely watching. In fact, we'll just start on the appearance. We'll note that the cap is backwards, albeit he doesn't have a headset on, but don't let that sway you from the idea that this guy means business. Oh, is it serious business?
Yeah, we can edit that out. It's all right.
Some general traits about the gameplay can be observed, such as the famous buy an op, and then use the deagle. Take this example. Where an ordinary player may see this round win as a certainty, the movie fragger sees it as opportunity.
Spit it up, 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 picture like bad as again. Spit it for the fame, Spain, like damn, bruh. Spit it for the game, spit it for the fame. Counter-terrorists win.
Can't blame me for that one, boys. It would have been sick, right?
You are dog shit.
Everything he does is for Reddit. Everything he does is for the comments, for the likes. It's all about the endorphins and everything that he gets from the moment he wakes up in the morning.
They come and beat. I'm going for the cold, boys. I'm going for the cold zero. Oof, that's close. Oof, that's really close. Oh, that's so close. I'm so close. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was incredible. Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have NaVi, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Sam Young, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get phase to like 5 maps with a fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here, like in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them like to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had like a big question mark next to Spinks because, I mean, he is a star player like for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at Ents. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zaiwu combo, that's going to be quite a potent mix.
Then there's NIP, who had an incredible run in the previous season of EPL, but in this one, it might be like way harder because now they are kind of like not the underdogs and we have higher expectations. We have Spirit, they brought in Wonderful, who is a young Ukrainian offer, and the CES team is just living to its name, like proving that they're so great at producing young offers, like young talents. Then we have Endpoint and Fnatic, and I want to say like both of them together because they're kind of representing maybe like the UK scene, because one team has 2 players from UK, the other one has a UK coach and a player. So like I wonder how will this duo do.
Describing Group A in one sentence, I can do it in 2 words. Top heavy, having Simple and Zaiwu do their absolute best work, blockbuster names for 5 days. That's going to be exciting to watch. You've obviously got NIP in the mix, and then the likes of Endpoint and Spirit here as well. As I said, top heavy. You're expecting the top 3, Vitality, NaVi, and NIP to make their way through quite easily here, but this is Pro League. There's never any guarantees.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested.
And yun, hello and welcome back to the official Filipino broadcast ng ESL Pro League Season 16. Ako nga pala si Sneak Frog, kasama ko si Ventus. Nandito tayo. First series of the day at 6:27 PM. Medyo maaga-aga tayo. It's a rainy afternoon but it is not gonna stop yung CSGO dito sa ESL. Pero bago nga pala namin pag-usapan yung games na mangyayari dito sa ating broadcast. Shoutout muna natin ang Rivalry. Of course, rivalry.com/TuponWXC for up to $200 deposit bonus, and Filipino ka, that's like 10K. So if magbe-bet kayo dito sa ESL Pro League Season 16, kagaya nga ng nangyari kahapon, so many people lost, so many people won, or hindi pala so many people. Yung 5% yung nanalo kahapon in that Endpoint versus NaVi game. And yun na nga, make sure you use Rivalry sa pagbet dito kasi it takes care of the bettors as well. Make sure na check out nyo nga. I mean, meron pa kang yung chicken out, guys. So just in case na natatakot na kayo dun sa bet nyo, pwede na kayo mag-chicken out. So Rivalry, of course, making sure to take care of their bettors. And if may tanong kayo about Rivalry, PM nyo lang yung Focus Fire Gaming page and sila na bahala sa inyo. But speaking of Endpoint na naman ang ikakas natin today. But they are gonna go up against someone who has no wins dito sa ating group. And surprisingly, it is yung number 6 team in the world, which is gonna be NIP. NIP, of course, number 8 na sila. Sabi ni Direk, number 8 na daw sila. That's tough. Pero yun nga, number 8 na sila but still super way ahead of Endpoint. Pero Endpoint, of course, a monumental sweep over NaVi kahapon. Nakita natin. And NIP still yet to see a win. Na 0-2 sila ng Fnatic, na 0-2 sila ng Vitality, na 0-2 sila ng Team Spirit. Everyone's talking about, yun nga, NIP curse matutuloy pa ba dito sa group natin? Feeling ko medyo nakakahiya silang, di naman nakakahiya, pero medyo it's actually nga, kind of embarrassing para sa kanila kung 0-0-4 pa sila dito and Endpoint pa nga ang kalaban nyo. But this is not underestimating Endpoint, no. It's just that hindi pa natin nakikita yung tunay na NIP dito sa groups natin.
Possibly tulog pa nga coming into this ESL natin yung NIP, pero mukha atang magtutuloy-tuloy yung pagtulog nila. Pero tingnan natin kung magigising sila kasi medyo we are heading to the late stage ng ating group stage, no? And konti-konti na rin silang nalalaglag actually. And I'm not sure if makakabawi pa sila and makahabol coming into qualifying sa ating playoffs. Pero we'll see on this matchup. Endpoint time and time again, they surprise us, all of us, na hindi talaga na-expect natin ganito yung magiging run ng Endpoint dito sa ating group stage. Pero against NIP, so far, they swept NaVi yesterday with a clean 2-0, and NIP now has a 0 win as of this moment. We'll see kung magkakaroon na nga ba sila ng win against Endpoint. And we are heading to our map number 1. I think it's going to be Vertigo. And it is picked by Endpoint. So, marami ring natutunan actually yung Endpoint while playing itong Vertigo. Especially etong sila Nerds. And very, very deadly. You need to watch out for the flank of this guy.
Yeah, and I think Vertigo nga is one of their stronger maps, itong Endpoint. I mean, we've seen them almost edge over Vitality, which is one of the best Vertigo teams dito sa ating tournament. Not just that,
he'll tell us what happened yesterday and what we should expect today. Crucial, I'm going to tell it from myself and probably from the desk. We are incredibly sorry that we did not believe in you. You probably maybe saw the death segment from yesterday. Did you or maybe some of the teammates get offended by what was said?
Nah, no one really got offended. It's understandable that no one expected us to win because we're the underdog. But it was a surprise for everyone, I guess.
It definitely was a surprise. I mean, we saw like Neil M running around being super happy. But do you think that maybe the fact that you were the underdog actually helped you so you could just play your own game?
I mean, it definitely helped being the underdog because no one expected anything from us. So we just played our own game and just see what happens. And we came out on top.
Well, today you definitely have a really important series, not only for you, but also for NIP, because at the moment they don't have a single win, unlike you, that won against NaVi yesterday. Do you still feel like an underdog in this scenario, or do you feel like maybe you are actually above them?
I mean, we're still the underdog, of course, but it's nice to have a win. It's good for our confidence boost. So now we just come in with confidence, so I think we can beat NIP as well.
But like the win yesterday kind of gave you that boost, right?
Yeah, exactly. The win yesterday gave us a lot of confidence.
Awesome then. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Nako. Endpoint to the moon, pare.
Oo, endpoint to the moon.
Endpoint to the moon na ba?
Started
Sabi
from
ni
the
Boss
bottom,
Raymond.
now we're there.
Nako po, it only took 2 tries dito sa ating game. Ayun, smart ban galing sa aside ng NIP not letting Ancient slide, but Mirage is going to be our decider map dito sa map number 3. It's going to be an interesting series to say the least, no? Kasi opportunity para sa NIP para makabawi sila dito sa groups. Kahit may isang panalo man lang sila dito, they go out of this tournament with a bang. Pero Endpoint trying to prove a point dito sa ating groups, no? Even though the first 2 losses can really affect yung kanilang yung possible run dito sa ESL Pro League. I think gusto talaga nila makalabas dito sa groups na to kasi feeling ko kaya pa naman nila eh. Kaya talaga nila. Medyo nag-warm up nga lang sila ng onti dito. I think yung threshold para makalabas dito sa groups no is 3rd direct. Kailangan mo makakuha ng 3rd. So, pag nakakuha ka ng 3rd dito, you're basically in. Kaso, tignan mo naman yung top 3 pare. Vitality, Spirit, and Natus Vincer. And meron pang Fnatic na nakaharang. So, a lot of challenge para dito sa Endpoint para lang makalabas dito sa ala Group of Death na Group A.
Yep, and with that, we are heading to our round number 1. Map number 1 tayo, Vertigo map. NIP, they will start sa ating city side. Dual Barretta will be in the hands of Flopsy, pero looks like it's gonna be the A side. A rush push coming in for the Endpoint players natin. This is a good execute actually. Smoke will be out. And samaho pa ng another smoke. Actually, double smoke is popped towards this A site just for them to gain control to the site. Pero no bomb plant yet is going to happen. No collateral as well. And now Nerds will be able to hampus. Nerds will get a double kill. And will get the 3rd frag. Nerds just cleaning up dito sa ating A site.
Nako po, Mr. Nerds is here to play game 1 pa lang tayo. Or game 1, round 1 pa lang tayo pare. And he is already showing us why he is the guy that got that carry para dito sa kanyang team. And NIP feeling the brunt of it pare. Niratrat niya yung kanyang clock and 3 ulo pa ang nawala sa kanila. And ayun na nga, the cons execute. Walang choice kundi tumakbo dun si Brolan pare pabalik dito sa site. Losing control ng site ng ganun kaagat is not really good news kasi makakaswarm lang talaga yung Endpoint. Then the NIP has no choice but to play the angles, pero good usage din sa utility dito sa Endpoint. Pulag halos lahat ng players, all 3 of them dito sa backside, and it was an easy cleanup para kay Crucial and kay Mr. Nerds.
Pero look at this, look at the buy of Endpoint. Dalawa sa kanila meron ng Mach 10, isa may AK, and two of them has the Galil. Mukhang it's going to be the Farmville for Kirby and Mighty Max if ever. And there you have it, Shuriel will be able to take down Plopsky with a headshot. Pero no commitment yet is going to happen for the side of Endpoint kung saan nga ba talaga sila magsa-site push. Pero look at this. All players ng ating NIP rotating towards the B side, and this could be a good read. Actually, they will go for the stock. It's gonna be two players will be guarding the mid side natin, pero all three players nating Endpoint just waiting for the right opportunity, right timing for them to execute this B side. And Mighty Max for the lurk. Madadamage pa nga niya. Ito si Brolan down to 18 HP. Pero mukhang ipa-force ulit na lang yung rotation netong NIP natin. Pero somehow Brolan managed to get out alive. Will be able to yung one. And now it's all up to Hampus and Brolan now. It's all up to him. They know kung nasan yung last player ng ating NIP. 1v4 situation with this 5-7. What can you do? No utilities whatsoever. No kit. You don't have enough time and utility to work with in order for you to get into the site. Pero it's gonna be the crossbar setup for the three players ng ating Endpoint. It's gonna be Nerds, Kirby, and CRUC1AL. And gusto lang atang kumuha ng exit frag neto ni Brawl para kahit paano madamage yung economy. Pero looking at the movement natong Endpoint players natin, ayaw nila ibigay yung lason dito kay Brawlan.
1 HP in a dream para kay paring Brawlan dito. He has armor, Mach 10. Yun na lang yung masasave na dito at this point. Pero Endpoint, we've seen this exact play sa kanila time and time again. May magpe-pressure sa isang side ng map, then may magpe-pressure dito sa mid to try and see, may magpa-flank galing sa side ng NIP, and meron tatlo na magte-take dito sa site mismo. The most interesting part about dito sa Endpoint pare is, they don't only do this sa mga ganitong rounds na where they go anti-eco. Ginagawa din nila to sa mga gun buys as well. That's why a lot of teams are really unfamiliar sa ganitong playstyle ng Endpoint kasi parang nabibigla sila if they have not seen this type of play before. I think, ayun nga, kagaya ng minention ko dati, the closest thing na ganitong gameplay na nakita natin is Titan really early nung 2014 pa. Pero ngayon, di pa yata sanay yung mga teams dito.
It's gonna be 3-man stock dito and 1-for-1 trade lang ang nangyari. Kaso nga lang may trade agad para ko yung Mighty Max 3v4 situation. Nerds will try to clean up the rest players ng ating NIP, and just like that is a 2v3 situation. Lugi pa rin in terms of manpower ang ating NIP. Look at this, Plopsky will only have the USP in his hands. And I think B site is up for grabs, A site as well, pero Plopsky now rotating towards this A site, trying to land the headshot that he needed. Kaso nga it's not gonna be enough. CRUC1AL will be able to take him down, and with that a clean 3-0 agad para sa Endpoint dito sa ating map number 1.
Hindi yun. My point exactly, pare. Akala mo safe ka dito sa kabilang side ng map. Ayun na. Nandun na si CRUC1AL. Ready and waiting para saluhin dito ang last player ng NIP. And Endpoint once again starting things off hot dito sa Vertigo, pare. Grabe naman, NIP. Maybe the inexperience nga dito sa ating Vertigo map could really be their downfall dito sa map number 1. I mean, 2 maps pa nga lang nilalaro nila dito sa mapa na to, and not really boding well. Pero Brolan, gusto niyang makakuha ng onting lason dito sa A-Ramp to try and get the favor back dito sa NIP.
And lagas na kagad sila ng isa lamang sila in terms of manpower, and they could capitalize this. Actually, kailangan lang nilang alagaan itong kanilang advantage. Pero Reyes will now have the AWP in his hands. But this Nerds, mukhang itatry pa rin niyang i-anchor. Etong, oh my goodness, a good spray down coming for Brolan. Kaso nga lang, matatag down siya down to 1 HP and hindi pa siya na-take down. No trade whatsoever happened toward this A ramp natin. Now, 3v5 situation. What can the rest players of the Endpoint do at this point? Mukhang gusto nilang i-set up itong A site. They have a lot of utilities actually. They have one smoke, double molotov, and double flash to work with. Pero meron ng crossfire setup ang ating NIP dito. Brolan will try to go for his boostage. Kaso nga lang he goes down. Just like that, Nerds will be able to take him down with this nasty headshot. And Rez, mapapa-flash out nga siya towards this scaffolding air natin. And the check from Kirby, a good read coming from this guy. And kuti-kuti nga nalalagos yung players nating NIP dito. Pero 2 players na lang titira for side of Endpoint. 20 seconds on the clock remaining. They need to go for this push. They need to make it happen for this bomb plant, and Hampus actually a good hold. And 11 seconds, mukhang magsasave na lang. Actually, no, hindi. It's not gonna be the save.
Di abot sa smoke.
The smoke fades. Yun lang.
Re-recover ba ng NIP yung op? Hindi. Pero, Endpoint to, okay. I mean, napigilan ni Brolan dito sa may A-ramp area natin ang posibleng push dito ng Endpoint. Really, really good smoke bang galing sa kanya dito. Getting some damage through the smoke, the usual things that you have to do para nga maging mahina yung A-push nila dito. But still, an attempt galing dito sa Endpoint, pare. I mean, Endpoint, I think, still one of the best 3vx teams dito sa ating tournament kasi parang pag gumagalaw sila, parang isang unit lang sila dito, always looking for advantage on their side of the map. And, I mean, NIP, nanalo sila dito sa round but they lost so much. Nawala yung op nila, nawalan pa sila ng isang rifle. However, I think makakabili pa naman sila going into the next round. Para naman sa Endpoint, I think they might have one more buy. Oh, meron pa silang isang buy dito. So, pure AKs galore galing sa side nila. One more attempt bago sila malagay into Eco. And NIP, they're gonna need to pull another strat kagaya na nakita natin last time. Roland gonna be such an important player, especially dito sa ramp. And kasama niya si Rez, who was holding the op earlier, no? We haven't seen that in a while.
And Rez will try to go aggressive towards this scaffolding area natin, pero hindi niya ata alam na merong 3 players ng Endpoint na magta-try mag-push out dito. Pero may backup naman siya from his teammate, and Mighty Max with the whiff. What a spray! Hindi tumama lahat. And now 1v1 trade is going to happen for these both teams natin, and Hampus will try to gain control towards the ramp area natin. Kaso nga lang crucial again for the check. Will be able to take down Rez just like that. Sayang, nag-whiff yung spray down. Pero still, lamang naman sila in terms of manpower. 3v4 situation. They can still go for the rotate if they want. Pero wala silang lurk this time around. Tignan mo naman, si Nerds will go for the play with his teammate. Pero Hampus will go aggressive dito. Makot offer niya nga ata. Ito si Kuya mo Hampus. Kaso nga lang, Kirby will be able to take him down. And just like that, it's all up to Klopsky with this M4. With only Molotov to work with. Although meron naman siyang kit, pero it's gonna be a hard retake. Looks like it's gonna be the save again for NIP. Dahil crossfire setup, meron ng nakaset for the side of Endpoint. And a clean round again for the side of Endpoint and NIP. They need to wake up dahil konti-konti na nagkakaroon ng momentum sila tropang Nerds.
Di lang yun pre, si Crucial rin, umiinit na. So, that is the 1-2 punch na specialty dito ng Endpoint. Not just that, Kirby finding that last one dito kay Hampus. Almost dying, kaso ayun nga, pag magpa-flank ka, usually don't end up at the front of the enemy. So, ayun nga, unfortunate para dito kay Hampus, but still, yung initial lasso nila dito sa A, hindi nga nagana. Rez was just hiding in the corner, and Mighty Max, kailangan pa ng onting crashes, pare. The crashes spray practice para dun sa kanyang AK-47, pero yun na nga, Endpoint. Case in point na naman to. I mean, you always got to expect pagdating sa Endpoint push, no? 4-1. Yung isa mag-guard ng flank or either that or magpa-pressure siya dun sa kabilang side ng map. And then yung apat, magte-take na ng site mismo kasi ganun lang talaga kagaling yung mga riflers nila. Like Nerds, like Crucial.
Yep. And the spray and pray didn't work for Mighty Max, pero hopefully makapag-adjust siya and wag siya magpapakatilt dito. Pero Lucas please the spray down dito sa may ating smoke stairs area natin. Pops goes down with that. Hampus will be also going down, and now 3v5 situation. Although naka-eco buy lang naman ng ating NIP, they will only have the Deagle and the P250s in their hands. No utilities, no diffuse kit whatsoever. Pero it's gonna be the double pick towards this B site natin kung if they can do something about this. Pero no check is being given towards this A site dahil nag-stack ng B site itong ating NIP players. Pero it's all up to Nerds and Shuril to try to get the damage that they needed. And there you have it, the double pick. Esitag goes down. And may trade agad para Kuya Mers will get the second frag. And Nerds just farming the heads of NIP and Kirby. Uy! Tama na sana yun, kaso nga lang, medyo nag-whiff. And now Brolan will be able to take him down and will retrieve this free M4 upgrade and will probably just go for the save since 8 HP lang titira sa kanito with 1 smoke. Pero I think Endpoint can still go for the hunt if they want. They have 5k and 4k in their bank. So, manageable pa rin naman if everyone matake dun sila ni Brolan. Pero still, risky play.
Oo nga. And pag nakuha naman nila si Brolan dito, at least Mighty Max would have a way easier rifle to control, that's for sure. M4A1S, I think mas prefer niya nga yun. He's more effective from what I've seen, pero ang kanyang AK ay isang napakalaking threat rin pag tumama. As we did see in that Dust 2 game up against NaVi. Pero Endpoint, 5-1 dito sa T-side natin, and it seems like parang compared to what we've seen in game 1, or rather the first Vertigo game nila against Vitality, hindi masyado malinis yung kanilang T-side. And then, game 2, yun nga, may onting power na sila pagdating dito sa T-side. And it seems like after a lot more practice dito sa Vertigo, pare, a lot more experience siguro na nakuha nila from those first 2 games. It seems like mas malinis na ang kanilang T-side dito. But I think it's also NIP. Hindi rin nila masyadong gamay siguro yung Vertigo. So, that could be a factor as well. Pero Endpoint, still doing the exact same thing. Mighty Max maghahanap na naman ng lason dito sa A.
Yep, and Brolan again, nagparamdam siya towards this scaffolding area, and that's Gabitani. Kaso nga lang, walang tatamaan dito dahil nakakas mo Mighty Max. Enrez will miss this off shot, and Plopsky, madadamage pa siya. And nasusunog si Kuya mo Plopsky down to 13 HP, and kailangan niyang mag-pop ng smoke just to try to stop the flames. Pero 4v5 pa rin namatay kahit papaano. Uy, nakita ni Brolan yung shoulder ni Kuya mo, CRUC1AL, and that's with the Molotov trades. Pero 1 minute on the clock remaining. They can still go for the rotate. They can still go for the flank if ever. Dahil pwede pa rin makakagawa ng heavy damage si Kuya mo Nerds dito sa ating mid area natin. And Brolan still holding towards scaffolding. And 43 seconds on the clock remaining. Mukhang gusto talaga nilang i-push out etong A ramp natin, pero nandito pa rin ang bantay ng ating NIP. Hindi sila nagpapabait dito, and Mighty Max with that boost sa may ating sandbags area, and it's not gonna work. Mighty Max goes down 4v4. Nakuha pa rin nila, na even up pa rin naman nila kahit paano yung kanilang man power. And now Nerds will try to get aggressive again towards this city spawn area. Pero just pre-fire, pero walang tao doon, and looks like it's gonna be a hard retake again for the side of NIP. Tignan mo naman, Plopsky and Esitag, low on HP. Healthy pa rin naman kahit paano si Hampus and Brolan, and kailangan sila yung gumawa ng play if they want to go for this retake.
Hirap talaga pag binigyan mo ng one-man advantage itong Endpoint, no? Kasi hindi naman silang takot na itapon yung isang life para maisip ng NIP, oh, this might be actually an A site rush, tas yung pala walang tao dun sa kabilang side ng smoke, and nandun na pala sila sa B. It's the exact same distraction play we have been seeing for the past few games, for the past few series galing dito sa Endpoint, and it has been polished to a T, and I think ito na nga, it's finally coming into its full power dito sa Vertigo map natin. 6-1, a 5-point lead, my friend. And ayun na nga, Endpoint. I mean, if they can get a really clean Vertigo dito, pare, baka pwede nilang gawing interesting yung Inferno, pero I wouldn't count on it siguro yung Inferno nila. Kasi Inferno last time, yun nga, Vitality, yun, pinakitahan yung Endpoint basically dito sa Inferno. So maybe that could be a learning experience din para sa kanila, but I don't think Inferno is really one of those maps na babagay talaga sa playstyle nila, kasi tignan mo naman yung Inferno, pre. A lot of spots na pwedeng maglason dito yung NIP, and you know na itong si Plopsky, na itong si Hampus are just looking to make plays all around the map pagdating dun sa Inferno. So I think pagdating dito sa Vertigo, should really cap it off in I would say, a pretty big lead to say the least. No? Kasi hindi lang yun nakakatulong sa confidence nila, kundi dito rin sa standings sa table.
Oh my goodness, aggressive pick coming in for Rez. And that is heavy damage for the side of Endpoint natin. Their Fragger na si Nurse, out na kagad siya on this round number 8. Pero this could be the lead. This could be the opening that NIP needed in order for them to get back into the game. And Brolan will be able to hit the Mighty Max as well. And kunti-kunti na nalalagas yung players nating Endpoint. And now it's all up to Kirby Rez going online with his AWP. And nasa kanya rin naman yung bomba. Pero I don't think he is going to risk to go for the bomb plant.
I think keep na lang yung AK dito siguro unless he really wants to go for a really cheeky play. Maybe, hindi. He's just gonna hang back dito sa may rafters dito for 50 seconds. So, may keep niya na nga ang AK just in his pocket unless gusto mag-hunting dito ng NIP. Pero, ayun nga, Hampus should really take notes about yung round na yun on how to counter itong Endpoint push. I mean, yun nga, there's gonna be the initial push, tas may reaction dito sa Mukhang ginaganyan to. I've already seen it twice yesterday. Tapos may ganyan pang pwedeng 3 times na mangyari. Pero ayun nga, I mean, as soon as a entry is attempted galing dito sa Endpoint, there's gonna be another point of pressure dito sa kabilang side ng map. And they're gonna try and see if they can get the other side of the map in their control. Then titignan nila if they can go from there. So if makuha ng NIP yung first move dito ng Endpoint, and an opportunity for them to collect more rounds dito sa city side. But plenty of money still para dito sa Endpoint. So pwede pa sila mag-full buy dito, no problem. So they can go for another round.
Yup, look at that cheeky pop flash. Grabe. Pero kudos pa rin sa ating Endpoint, no? All throughout dito sa ating group stage. At first, they are shaky sa ating Vertigo map. Pero in a short span of time, ang laki kagad ng in-adjust na itong team. And we are heading to our round number 9. 6-2 ang ating scoreline. They are leading by 4. So, kailangan na alagaan to if ever man. They still have the buy actually. Marami pa silang pera in their banks. They have the 6K. They have the 5K actually. Pero Brolan now learning from the previous pushes na ginagawa ng ating Endpoint na they need to gain control dito sa ating A ramp air natin. And Kirby matatag down na nga siya dito down to 48 HP. Naku po, na Plopsky with a spray down. Konti-konti niyang naispatan yung ibang players na magtatangang pumasok towards this B site natin. And just like that, look at the utility damage. Almost 50% ng ating players sa ating Endpoint low na. And 1 minute on the clock remaining. Still no info play coming in for side of NIP dahil nagpaparamdam lang yung Endpoint dito at the one side of the map. Pero the patience from Rez, let's see if they can do something about this one. And there you have it, Rez. May baka pa nga para ikaw yung Brolan. Mighty Max goes down and Rez will go for the 3 pick. Kaso nga lang, smoke will be out. It's gonna be the 2 players ng ating NIP will try to hold towards this A site. And Nurse, kumakatang kailangan ulit niyang gumawa ng big plays, big brain plays against NIP dahil medyo na-shutdown sila nung sumasama na siya sa kanyang team with these 24 seconds on the clock remaining. Pero 3 players na ang NIP ang nagbabantay towards this A side and looks like it's gonna be the save for the remaining 4 players ng ating Endpoint. Ito rin yung parang nagiging problem na sobrang tagal nila mag-push, sobrang tagal na kumuha ng info, naubusan sila lagi ng oras.
Yeah, that is the main thing dito sa Endpoint. Especially, they really like to play their CS very, very carefully, my friend. Kung walang nahanap dito si Mighty Max, they're like, okay, either we go to the other side. Especially mga ganun na type ng push dito ng Endpoint, no, na hindi sila naglalagay sa kabilang part ng map ng mga players. They just want to go for time and then mag-burst sila papuntang site. Pag hindi kumana entry ni Mighty Max, then mahirap na yun kasi there's so many non-factors na kailangan mong isipin pag bumabalik sila sa kabilang side ng map. Nagpa-flank na ba si Plopsky? Nagpa-flank na ba si Hampus? So they'd rather just save yung kanilang mga barrel dito than try to risk it all the way. Pero ayun na nga, Endpoint losing 2 rounds in a row dito on the CT side ng NIP. So not the best news para sa side nila, especially on their map pick. Pero malalaman natin ang tunay na danger pag lipat nila dito sa may CT side. So NIP definitely need more rounds on the board para mas maging komportable yung kanilang T-side dito kasi T-side on NIP, on Vertigo especially, pre, hey, it's not a pretty sight.
Yep. And look at this, a good Molotov para ma-flash out. Pero si Kuya Moplopsky, and with that pick, Shuriel will be able to take him down. And lamang agad in terms of manpower ang ating Endpoint. And another opening agad. Another opening chance para sa ating Endpoint. Pero NIP still 4 players sa kanila. Very, very healthy. And Rez, umiinit na nga rin siya with his AWP. Pero smoke will be popped. Mukhang it's gonna be the B setup or they will try to go again for this B side fake push. And this is actually a good boost coming in for Nerds. Pwede nyo makot off guard yung 2 players na itong NIP na nagbabanti dito, which is gonna be Hampus and Esetag. Pero 47 seconds on the clock remaining. Ang mainip, pag nainip si Esetag dito and pag nag-try siya mag-push out dito, it could be a disaster for the NIP. There you have it. Molotov will be out. And this is a good read actually for side of NIP. This time around, hindi sila nagpapabait sa presses na ibinabato nila sa kabilang side ng map. Pero there you have it. Hampus will be able to take down Shuriel and Crucial. May trade para kay Kuya Maesetag. 3v3 situation actually make that a 2v3 dahil si Rez nakuha na nga niya. Etong si Mighty Max with his AWP and Hampus. Oh my goodness. What is that pick coming in for Crucial and double Molotov just to flash out. Eto si Kuya Brolan and main ko na sila. Punasin players dito. Kaso nga lang, Rez for the backup. And with that, NIP on the board, nakapag-adjust na sila sa ginagawang play ng Endpoint.
I like yung small detail ng ginagawa dito ng NIP is dropping a lot of utility pagdating sa isang side ng map where the presence is really heavy para sa side ng Endpoint. And I think yun yung naisusi rin sa pagkatiri nila papunta dito sa site. I think Endpoint, when they usually do their yung initial control nila sa harap ng site, nag-try sila mag-bait ng utility as much as possible. Pero NIP, making sure that they have enough nades para dun sa Endpoint ng round natin. And ayun na nga, Endpoint could not really execute in time. There's too many things happening sa harap ng entrance.
Yep, and pansin ko rin na pagka walang presence na ipinapakita itong Endpoint natin, yung NIP players just holding their respective angles and tinatimingan talaga nila lagi yung kanilang pagbato ng utility just to try to delay and ubusin yung oras na itong Endpoint. Pero NIP so far so good. Slowly but surely, they are coming back into this game 6-4 and Rez. They need to do something about the AWP of this guy and smoke fades. Maispatan pa nga itong si Brolan towards this scaffolding area natin pero I'm not sure if alam na ni Rez na merong 2 players na nakatawid dito and Rez with that flick shot. That's gonna be Nerds. That is the damage that they needed in order for them to shut down the Endpoint and now Crucial will be able to rest. That is the AWP for you pero 4v4 pa rin tayo kahit paano. Looks like it's gonna be the A side push. Look at this 3 players na ng ating NIP will try to rotate towards the A side and Crucial with this Molotov he will be picking up this AWP ni Rez. And I'm not sure if i-keep niya to or ibabato niya lang sa edge of the building. Pero there you have it. Bomb is being planted. Kaso nga lang tostado si Kuya Mo Shuriel with this Molotov na nanggaling kay Kuya Mo Brolan. 3v4 situation. Kailangan nila mag-ingat dito. And there you have it. Crucial will be able to Hampus with the AWP. And Brolan still not getting a takedown towards this boost natin. And Esetag, what a flash with the help of Flapsky. What a swing will be able to Mighty Max. And there goes the defuse natin. Pros gone fake. Ako po, hindi yata nakatayin. Ang layo ng bomb plant sa kanila. And there you have it. Flapsky will be finishing off the 2 players of the Endpoint.
Yeah, really well played retake galing dito sa side ng NIP. Perfect flash rin para ma-flush out dito si Mighty Max. But at the same time, medyo naging panicky ang ginawa dito ng Endpoint trying to see if they can get the plant down, which they did. But at the same time, I think this could have been doable no para sana sa Endpoint considering na walang tao dun sa may boost area natin. But Plopsky from above with that M4, really nice ramp defense galing sa kanya. And NIP starting to ramp up dito sa city side natin as they really need the rounds dito sa first half. Uy, pero Endpoint mid attempt.
Yep, and I think 3 straight rounds na sila dito and Hampus with that enter pack. Nerds is getting shut down time and time again by the NIP players. And there you have it, STag will be able to finish off. Ito si Kirby. 2v4 situation. It's all up to CRUC1AL and Mighty Max to make the play that they needed. They don't have the economy to work with coming into our next round, and NIP 3 rounds straight. Will this be the starting point ng ating NIP just for them to take back the lead into this map number 1 natin? And what a check for CRUC1AL. Walang tao doon, and Plopsky will punish that. 6-all ang ating scoreline.
Ito nga, NIP getting into the swing of things dito sa ating game. I think STag really key pagdating sa kanilang flank defense dito, not allowing Endpoint to do their usual stuff. And STag always been such a key player para dito sa NIP ever since he arrived. Grabe naman yun, NIP with some small adjustments all around the map, giving a hard time dito sa Endpoint on their T side. And if they can cap off yung last 3 na to, then this could be a really good half para sa kanila. But Roland doing so much damage dito sa may ramp area.
Yup, and players ng ating Endpoint, wala na silang magawa dahil hindi na sila nagkakaroon ng map control whatsoever dito sa ating Vertigo map. Pero Nurse nakalusot pa nga siya kahit papaano dito, and Nurse with the check will be able to read ang Roland with that one-tap headshot. Kaso nga lang Flopsy will be able to punish down itong si CRUC1AL, and alam niya na meron pa tao na magtatangka pumasok dito sa may B-side. Kaso nga lang the nade from STag will be able to take down CRUC1AL, and it's gonna be a hard round for the side of Endpoint. Tingnan mo naman Mighty Max with the Deagle, 3 HP left. And bangas-bangas na rin ang buhay nito ni Nurse ni Kirby with their half armor and 55 seconds on the clock remaining. Kailangan gumawa ng play dito ni Nurse. Kaso nga, it's not gonna be working out as STag will be able to shut him down time and time again. And the check from Plopsky, alam niya kung nasa yung last remaining player ng ating Endpoint dito. And with the wallbang, okay, Kirby, what can you do at this point? And there you have it, NIP getting the lead.
NIP in full control na dito sa ating game, and it seems like Endpoint di pa sila nag-timeout dito. I think it's only 1 timeout spent dito sa ating half, so I think they're gonna be more focused dito sa may city side though. But ayun na, nagpapahit na si Coach. Ako po, si Mr. Perfectionist now trying to see if he can get the energy up para dito sa Endpoint. Pero NIP with some really good control, especially dito sa A. I mean, Nerds with a really good attempt on that Deagle, my friend. Pero you know, Roland doing a great job just holding it down para sa kanyang team dito sa may ramp area, which is really what you need. That single individual player who can really do so much damage. Like I always quote nga, no, like the best A-ramp player in the world dito sa Vertigo is Apex. And if you can replicate even like 50% ang ginagawa niya, you're gonna have a good time dito sa Vertigo.
Yep, and CRUC1AL just trying out his luck. Spamming through this wall with his AWP, and Rez now has the angle advantage against the players nating Endpoint. And this is a good setup actually for the side of NIP. Tingnan mo naman, Rez with the help of Roland, talagang hinuhold nila the wall. Naglalagay sila ng wall dito sa ating ramp area natin, pero that's gonna be the pop flash for you, pero walang mabubulag. And Mighty Max, tignan natin if he can do something about the AWP of Rez, dahil kailangan nilang ma-shutdown itong AW player ng ating NIP dahil ito yung gumagawa ng so much damage against the players ng ating Endpoint with that 30 seconds on the clock remaining. Looks like it's gonna be the A side push and no rotate and no fake is being executed for the Endpoint players natin. And Roland, this is a good opportunity for him to get at least 2 players ng ating NIP ng Endpoint dito. And there you have it, Roland will get the 2 frags that he needed. Kaso nga lang with that, lagas rin ng 3 players nating NIP. It's all up to Plopsky and STag. 2v3 situation. 9 seconds on the clock remaining, and Mighty Max masyado ang kumuulit. I'm not sure kung bakit pa siya nag-push out doon. They have the advantage. They have the manpower advantage. And now, wala silang oras.
This happens so much, man, sa Endpoint. That's really yung kanilang biggest glaring weakness dito sa kanilang laro. Like, every time that they get into the site, parang naka-timer sila para ibaba yung bomba na yun. And I think NIP knows that exactly. Even if they lose 3 members dito sa site, as long as they delayed as much as they can and they drop the bomb on the ground, creating a lot more delay para bago pa mababa yung bomba dito sa site, they are gonna get that guaranteed win. fight the disadvantage, pre. I mean, NIP. 2-point lead na tayo dito sa half. It started off really bad para dito sa NIP, but the slow adjustments galing sa kanila is really giving them a lot of advantage dito sa mapa na to.
Yep, tama ka dyan. And Brolan will try to get aggressive dito. Kaso nga the punish this is there for Mighty Max. Brolan goes down. Lamang again, in terms of manpower ang ating Endpoint. And time again, pagkalamang sila, they could take this round. And NIP so far, the discipline from these players, tingnan mo naman, walang nagro-rotate sana, walang nag-overcommit. Dahil alam nila yung lurk potential ng ating Endpoint. And it kept on punishing them actually. Pero that's with the nade, walang actually not so much damage is being given for the Endpoint natin at this point. Pero there you have it. Now they have the A side control and the boost from Hampus and a good check actually coming in for Nerds, and medyo na-delay lang yung pag-molotov dito sa Matic side area natin. And now it's all up to Plopsky and Rez. And Rez with that wallbang will be able to take down Nerds. Pero 4v2 situation, luging-lugi ang NIP at this point. Pero that's gonna be a good molotov to flash out. Ito si CRUC1AL na nagtatago dito sa sandbags area. Kaso nga the pre-fire is there. Kaso nga lang, oh my goodness, nakapitas pa siya ng isa. And Kirby from behind will be able to take the last player nating NIP. And with that, we are heading to our second half with 7-8 scoreline. A good round for NIP.
This is a tough one. That's for sure. I mean, hindi ko talaga alam kung sino mananalo dito sa ating vertical map. And at the same time, it is gonna be quite the second half, no? To say the least. Is NIP finally gonna step up yung kanilang T side dito? Endpoint, of course, alam natin na yung kanilang CT side is actually really good dito sa ating game. So, a lot of questions unanswered para dito sa either side ng mga teams natin. And man, I really just don't believe talaga sa NIP T-side pare, kasi ang hirap talaga tignan yung T-side ng NIP paminsan-minsan. And I mean, I would say kung mainit, I wouldn't say mainit, no? Like kung gumagana yung mga riflers nga nila, that's like I always say, riflers are key dito sa T-side natin. And I think if Plopsky, Hampus, Brolan, and Esitag do their usual stuff, then pwede pa yan. Rez, hindi ko alam kung mag-opt ba siya dito sa T-side or he's gonna decide to just go full AK and just go, the usual Rez mode na lagi natin nakikita. Pero NIP, still, I think questionable pa rin yung T-side nila dito despite the lead that they have dito sa Vertigo. So definitely it is gonna be a challenge for them para makagawa nga dito sa ating map. Maybe try to start plays off. Maybe si Hampus is gonna be that guy to create some space dito sa may A-ramp area natin and try to see if he can allow his team na makapasok nga dito sa site. But Endpoint though, alam naman natin, crucial with the op, he's gonna start fragging dito sa ating round. Nerds is gonna be pressuring the map, the entire map, really constantly dito sa CT side. Din alam naman kung gaano kagaling si Mighty Max Surreal and si Kirby pagdating sa kanilang anchor positions dito sa site. So yeah, I would say Endpoint pa rin may upper hand dito.
Yep. On their city side, I think Endpoint will have the advantage, especially nakita naman natin time and time again, Mighty Max holding ramp, or possibly with the help of Nerds will try to get aggressive and get the frags and control that they needed. And in order for Nerds to work, kailangan niyang kumuha ng mga actually not entry frag, pero kailangan niyang pumitas ng at least one player in order for them to open up one side of the map. It could be the mid side, it could be the B stairs natin. Pero I think mostly yung mid yung kailangan i-control ni Nerds if he wants to go for the flank and for the lurk that they needed. And i-pressure nga nila etong mapa sa T-side na itong ating NIP. Pero we'll see kasi so far mainit. Actually medyo umiinit na rin yung ibang players na rin naman ng NIP. Pero kung mag-step up pa rin yung players nating Endpoint sa ating second half, it could be the win that they needed against the NIP sa ating map number 1. And guys, this is still the official Filipino broadcast of ESL Pro League Season 16, brought to you by Lupon XC, Phosphor Gaming, the Armory, and of course, Rivalry, guys. Meron pa tayong 2 series for today, kaya kung gusto nyo guys, please do check out Rivalry and place your bets sa mga betters natin dyan. And let's head back into our second half. It's gonna be the A side rush for the side of NIP. Full Glock mode sila dun. And marami silang utility. Actually, they have a lot of utility to work with. Kaso nga lang Crucial not landing the shots that he needed. And he goes down. Kaso nga may trade agad para kay Kuya Merch. Checking his flank. Kaso nga lang Plowski with that wide swing will be able to take him down. And with that, it's all up to Shuril and NIP. Looking really good on the pistol round dito sa ating second half. Bomb planted towards A side. And now, wala siyang utility. Wala rin siyang kit. Pero may kit naman na drop towards the side. So kailangan niyang kumuha ng at least 2 players para kaya paano mapagaan-gaan yung kanyang pag-retake dito. And mga off guard niya nga. Eto si Kuya Plowski. Wala siyang info kung nasa yung last remaining 2 players ng ating NIP. Pero let's see. And there goes the up. There goes the defuse. And mga off guard rin niya. Ito si Kuya Mobu. S-tag. And now it's all up to Brolan. May info na siya kung nasa yung last remaining player dito. Oh my goodness, hindi
That
niya.
doesn't work anymore, my friend. No.
Hindi niya chinek. Oh my god.
I mean, he heard him 100%.
Yep.
But still, trying to hold that diffuse. I think puro bait nga lang yung ginagawa dito. I don't think he expected na mag all the way pick dito si Brolan, no? But Brolan, ayun lang. All Cyril can do is face away, my friend. Pero that's a tough one. Para dito sa side ng Endpoint. Say the least, losing that round 1. But at the same time, NIP with a really good swarm dito sa A side. Endpoint. The occasional force buy galing sa side nila.
I'm not sure kasi ang dami pang oras na natitira in order for him to defuse that bomb. I think he still have 1.5 seconds bago ma-fully defuse. And still, GG. Nice try pa rin for the side of Endpoint natin, and Hampus will now try to get the anti-frag entry for this NIP players natin. A good utility usage actually for side of NIP. Look at it, it's gonna be the B side push, and Shuril slowly getting pushed back by the players ng ating NIP, and he gets spotted down, gets tagged down to 34 HP. Kailangan niya ng tulong ng kanyang teammate, pero looks like ibibigay na lang nila yung round na to sa NIP dahil tingnan mo naman all players ng Endpoint natin backing away all the way to this A site.
Parang nakakaramdam ako ng all or nothing push dito sa next round. Pero knowing Endpoint, hindi yan mangyayari 100%. So, maybe they want to go into the next round. Yun nga, maybe with a bit more utility. 2 smokes, 3 smokes actually. 3 smokes and a nade. So, I think magkagawa sila ng ninja push or some stuff dito sa ating mapa. Pero 5 Deagles can definitely do some damage. Especially yung baril dito ng NIP. Puro galit nga lang ang nasa kamay nila ngayon. And if magawa nila yung next round na to, then definitely it is gonna be a huge one. But still, kahit matalo yung NIP sa next round natin, it's still gonna be a full AK buy para sa side nila. I think Endpoint, trying to think. Head armor para dito kay Nerds and Crucial. So they really don't want to die dito sa next round natin. So I think they have a plan maybe to try and see if they can stack one side of the map maybe. Then, ayun nga, doing the classic endpointing na naman. Mighty Max pressuring the other side habang yung stack na mangyayari dito sa B side. Plowski, huwag ka masyado magkakamali dito because napakadaming members ng Endpoint ay dito sa B, ready and waiting for a head to pop out.
NIP kailangan alagaan yung kanilang lead against the players ng ating Endpoint. 7-10 ang ating scoreline. And now, konti-kunti nga sila nagkakaroon ng map control dito with their Galils with the Mach 10. In the hands of Prez, mukhang gusto niya mag-farm for his AWP. Pero so far, walang info na binibigay yung NIP kung saan nga ba talaga sila magpo-push out. Pero Endpoint, the patience, 1 minute on the clock. Kailangan nilang i-hold yung kanilang mga respective angles, pero sasalubungin ng 3 players dito sa ating B side. And there you have it, Prolan will be able to reload Kirby and Nerds and Shuril ang magbabantay towards this B side natin. Pero it's gonna be the swarm play. Look at this, Hampus nakapagpunta na nga siya dito, and Plowski will be able to ignore Shuril, and Plowski again will get the second frag, and Hampus finishing off Crucial and Mighty Max. Kahit pa paano nakadami siya ng isa dito, it's gonna be Brolan. And NIP 11-7. They are on a roll actually. Hindi na nakasagot yung ating Endpoint from their 4-point lead a while ago.
Oo. I mean, nakita mo naman, no, as soon as binaba nila yung smoke state dito sa B-side, nakatingin sila agad dito sa mid kasi sobrang takot sila doon sa flank ni Brola na naghanap sila ng opportunity to try and see if they can get yung isang lason and then turn around yung ibang players dito. But unfortunately, Flopsky hot on the trigger dito with that Galil. Mighty Max daw, naka-recover siya ng isang barrel but I don't think that was the goal dun sa round na yun kasi meron din naman silang buy going into the next round but Galil would definitely help them in terms of economy. Mas madaming mabibili si Mighty Max in terms of the smokes but Flopsky doing a really good job of just wiping yung entire site dito. Alam mo yung pinaka-interesting fact dito, Ventus, is NIP is the only team I think, no, with experience going up against Endpoint. Last time na naglaban sila was the PGL Major Antwerp 2022 Europe RMR B. 16-8 sa Ancient pre of all things. So, maybe yung prior experience, no, dito ng NIP, they're like, teka lang, kalaban namin to sa RMR. Let's just do the stuff that we did na nagpapanalo sa atin dun sa game na yun.
Yep, possibly. And na-download din na nga rin siguro ng NP itong Endpoint natin. Pero hindi pa rin naman tapos ang laban natin. Nerds will still hold toward this A-ramp natin. And medyo malamig actually si Mighty Max at saka si Kirby. They only have the 5 and 6 frags on the board. They need to step up their game. Kaso nga lang, uy, nakita ni Nerds yung paa dito ni Hampus. And there you have it for the punish. Hampus masyado ang kampante na nakatayo toward this ramp area pero it's gonna be the boost. Tingnan natin kung may nakita dito ni Nerds and there you have it. Nerds gets spotted down, that's gonna be the nade pero oh my goodness, sasaluhin pa nga pero not heavy damage will be given by that nade. 5v4 situation lamang in terms of manpower ang ating Endpoint and NIP just trying to flash out yung players and para mapag-push out sila towards this A site natin and there Bitrez. Kagaya sabi ko kanina, he will try to go for the farm. And the wide swing, oh my goodness! Brolan will be able to know crucial with that. Na-turn around pa nila into an even manpower. Nerds with the spray down. Kaso no bomb plant yet. 18 seconds on the clock remaining. SC-Tag will be able to round Nerds. Masyado ang pumuulit dito and Kirby, muntikan pa nga siyang ma-take down dito sa may ating city spawn. Pero what can you do at this point? NIP now have the momentum and now have the control of the game with that 12-7. Ang ating magiging scoreline dahil na mag-save na lang si Shuril at saka si Kirby.
Same story para dito kay Brolan pre from city side to T side. That cons control na naman na nakikita natin galing sa kanya plus that Molotov kill dito kay Crucial dropping that very very important weapon. Surreal and Kirby, sila na dalawa natitira dito. Not just that, SC-Tag with a very clutch kill dito kay Nerds sa backside. Timing on towards Oranges dito. 12-7, okay. 4 rounds na lang yung NIP before getting yung map pick dito ng Endpoint. I know this is like the same story dun sa isang series natin, but at the same time, NIP, I think people really underestimate how good of an IGL itong si Hampus.
And mukhang timeout will be called by, I think, yep, Endpoint. Kailangan nila tong timeout na to. They have used 3 out of 4. They only have 1 timeout left into this regularization. And the full buy tayo for these both teams. I think this is the first time na nakita ko na nagkaroon ng full buy yung Endpoint against NIP. If they lose this one, they could lose the game. Crucial will now have the AWP in his hands. Nerds, full utility pa rin naman pero he will only have the half armor. NIP 4 rounds away into snatching the map pick itong Endpoint natin. And actually, yun yung napapansin ko no, masyado nagiging passive yung players ng Endpoint dito sa ating ramp area natin. Pero yung pre-fire na ibinabato ng NIP and utility damage, yun yung reason ko bakit hindi nagkakaroon ng ramp control yung Endpoint na hindi nila ginagawa on their T side. Pero kahit papano, madadamage naman nila si Brolan down to 16 HP and Brolan will pick up the AWP. Since 1 tap 1 kill lang, he can still get the frags that he needed even though he is low on HP na. Pero looks like it's gonna be the B site rotate for the NIP players. Meron na namang bantay dito. It's gonna be Nerds with the help of Kirby. Here comes the Molotov, here comes the flash, and Hampus, what a frag. CRUC1AL goes down, and just like that, they have the map control, they have the B side control. And Endpoint, I'm not sure what happened to them. They swept NaVi yesterday with a clean 2-0, and I'm not sure what happened to them against NIP.
Yep. Damn, I was counting, bro. 4 nades, 3 mollies, 3 smokes. Inagis na lahat ng ng NIP dito sa B side. So I think defending that would be quite a difficult task kung sino man ang naglalaro ng CT doon. And yep, CRUC1AL definitely was a victim of it. Great nade usage galing dito sa NIP just to flush any possible angle na pwedeng laruin dito ng Endpoint para kumuha ng onting advantage para sa kanila. And it's like NIP in a really good spot. Meron pa silang op dito, but is it gonna be, yeah, it's probably gonna be tag on the op. Tignan pa natin. Hindi. Rez pala yung mag-op ngayon. I think they kind of switch roles. Dito sa NIP, alam naman natin na flexible na player itong si tag pagdating sa kanyang op. Pero gusto yata nila makita yung mas explosive na play galing dito kay Rez, but we have yet to see it dito sa mapa na to. It's been Brolan really doing the hard carry para dito sa NIP, doing a great job opening things up para sa kanyang team.
Yep, and a good check for Rez. Kaso nga lang, hindi niya natamaan yung players dito. And Brolan, naku po, masyadong kumukuli si Mighty Max dito. And Brolan finally getting the kill. And that is the opening of the NIP onto this round. And Endpoint, I'm not sure what can you do at this point.
Galing ni Brolan mag-anti-lason, pare. Grabe naman yun.
Expected niya, basadong-basado niya yung players nating Endpoint na magtatayan mag-aggressive dito. Pero there with the check from Hampus. Kirby, wala siyang magagawa dito with that frag trade. And just like that, it's all up to Nerds and CRUC1AL. Muatang mag-go next na lang yung Endpoint players natin dito sa may ating map number 2.
These nades, man. How do you read that?
Gusto nilang i-retake to, kaso nga lang the utility usage of NIP. Tingnan mo naman, marami pa siyang pwedeng ito. They still have the 1 nade, 1 flash, and 1 molotov.
Sheesh. I mean, what can you do kung kayo yung CT side dito, pre? There's like 4 smokes na nakaharang sa inyo, 2 mollies. In front of that smoke, may nades pa na pwede mapunta sa inyo. CRUC1AL and Nerds were thinking about that retake up until to a certain point. NIP, once again with the entry, pare. Brolan with the anti-lason. Hampus with the entry. And grabe naman, S16 with the support as well. Everything is like a well-oiled machine para dito sa side ng NIP, pare. And Endpoint, nako, the plot armor has been broken maybe dito sa ating game. Pero meron pa naman silang buy going into the next round. So I wouldn't be too fast on it. Pero Nerds, really fast on his reaction dito sa player. Pero 14-7, penultimate match point para dito sa NIP.
And the crossbar setup did work toward this B stairs natin dahil na-swarm sila agad ng players natin NIP. And after that swarm, actually wala silang naiba tong utility. Kaya ang dami pa nilang pwedeng gamitin as they are trying to enter towards this B site. And now, looks like it's gonna be another B check for Hampus. Oh my goodness, S16 will be able to use Kirby just like that. Lamang agad ang ating NIP and looking out to close out this map number 1 against the map pick ng ating Endpoint. 5v3 situation. CRUC1AL, walang masyado nagagawa yung kanyang off dito dahil ang daming smoke, ang daming flash, and ang daming molotov just to flash him out. Pero Mighty Max, CRUC1AL, and Kirby malamig. dito sa ating map number 1. Pero Nerds will try to get the angles that he needed and the frag that he needed. Kaso nga, it's not gonna be enough to take down Hampus. He is low on HP though, down to 33 HP. 4v3 situation. And on the bomb, he is getting planted towards B side. I'm not sure if nakikita ni CRUC1AL tumatawid dito sa may ating smoke. Pero Hampus with a flank check. The timing, Mighty Max, mali kang titignan. That's free fire. Oh my goodness. It's all up to Nerds.
Yeah,
1v4. Yep.
Yeesh, parang same story, tol. That's the exact same story down to the T without yung flank dun sa A. B-site, tapon lahat ng nade, pati yung sink sa kitchen bin, tinapon na rin at this point galing dito sa NIP. Just to get into the site itself, it's really difficult para mag-defend sa ganitong setup ng NIP. Seems to have done their research dito sa Vertigo, which is not really their strong map, no? History nila sa Vertigo, 1 win, 1 lose. Check na kung nasan yung... Where's the history of yung loss na yun? Kasi feeling ko that was another Pro League game na I think kinas din natin yun. I think that was season 15. Then medyo matagal-tagal na rin since NIP played itong Vertigo map natin. No, this is yung Pro League nung January pa. Okay. So medyo matagal-tagal na rin. Last time that they played itong map na to. That's 6 months ago, my friend. And not just that, nilaro din nila sa IEM Cologne, which is noon nga, nanalo sila up against Mouse 16-9. And I really thought na yun nga yung stats dito sa HLTV would really tell something na yun nga may mahina yung city side nila kasi 66.667 or of their rounds ay nanggagaling sa city side and only 33.33% ng kanilang rounds ay nanggagaling dito sa T side. But it seems like Mr. Hampus cleaned the act up para dito sa NIP. But I think ang napakalaking factor, no, yung pagpalit nila ng player dito kay Brolan kasi he's such a serviceable rifler. The anti-Lason strat na sinasabi nga natin galing sa kanya, hindi nakakagawa ng usual dito si Mighty Max. And there it is again, pare.
Oh my goodness, hindi natututo si Mighty Max dahil Brolan time and time again going aggressive towards this scaffolding and just punishing yung endpoint players natin. And Mighty Max, I think that is very, very tilting. Look at this, he only have 16 frags. He have a score of 6-6 rather. Negative, super negative, and not really much of a help for the side of Endpoint. Pero Brolan again will be able to know crucial. Brolan just doing the job for the NIP, getting that opening kills, getting that opening frags, and getting the space that they needed in order for them to secure this map number 1. And CRUC1AL will need to back away dito. Look at this, marami pang utility na pwedeng iba to ang ating NIP. There you have it. There goes the Molotov, there goes the flash, there goes the smoke. What can CRUC1AL do? Oh my goodness, wala siyang backup whatsoever. Although Kirby nakapag-rotate naman na siya towards this B site natin. Pero I'm not sure if Endpoint still has a chance against NIP at this round number 23. 28 seconds on the clock remaining. All they need to do is to try to delay the push. Pero looks like it's gonna be the bad read. Look at this, narinig nila tumatakbo ng footstep dito, and there goes the opening S-tag. Will be able to Kirby. Kaso nga lang, nandito pa rin si Kuya mo CRUC1AL, and kailangan nalang itanim yung bomba dito. 10 seconds on the clock remaining. Kaso nga lang, the flash is there just to try to cover para kay Kuya mo CRUC1AL. And Brolan again, time and time, doing the job for NIP. It's all up to Nerds. 1v3 situation. What can you do? You have the kit, you have the smoke, pero meron ng crossfire dito. Tignan mo naman, Brolan going aggressive. Kaso nga lang, he gets punished down. He still have the smoke. He's still winnable for Nerds. And low HP na rin si Kuya Plavsky, pero nakamark na yung 2 players dito sa may ating stairs.
Yep. I think if he wide swings this, it's not gonna be good news. Rez getting that final kill at NIP. Clean their act up dito sa Vertigo, 0-0 and 3 in the group, but an opportunity to get their first win on the board. Grabe naman. Hampus, man. This is what I'm saying, pre. Everyone keeps talking smack about Mr. Hampus, but this man is a really good IGL. That small adjustments na ginagawa dito ng NIP really is the key for them to get more points on the board. Not just that T side was played beautifully galing sa kanila. Grabe naman. Endpoint. Not even. Tingnan mo naman, they're stuck on 7, my friend. 7 lang ang inabot nila dito sa city side half, which is supposed to be their strength. And it is all thanks to Hampos. Not just that, Roland, the MVP of this game, pare. Grabe talaga. Ever since na pinasok siya dito sa NIP, it was a bit of a struggle to say the least para i-fit siya dito sa kanilang sistema. Pero ayun na nga, it seems like he's come into his own dito sa ating vertical map. And the new kid on the block, really fragging his way into victory para dito sa side ng NIP. Pero Endpoint losing in their own map pick is not really the best news to say the least, no? Kasi next map is gonna be Inferno. And alam mo naman, NIP, Inferno, historically, a really good map. Even way back then, nung sina Freiberg pa yung naglalaro, ay Inferno is a staple map para dito sa organization na to. So NIP looking to close things out dito sa second map natin. Could make it a sweep. Nako, it would be a really funny situation na Endpoint na sweep nila yung NaVi and then NIP sweeps Endpoint. So, yeah, it's Group A has been crazy, kaya dapat nag-tune in na kayo ng every game natin dito.
Yep, and NIP medyo waking up finally dito sa ating group stage. Pero tingnan natin, ano kayang iniisip ng NaVi sa Endpoint at this point. Pero it is what it is. Ayun, we'll be taking a very short break. Pagbalik natin, more CSGO action tayo between Endpoint and NIP sa ating Inferno map number 2. So don't go away. Pause for gaming. We'll be right back.
3, 2, 1.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have NaVi, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Sam Young, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get phase to like 5 maps with that fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here, like in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them like to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had like a big question mark next to Spinks because, I mean, he is a star player like for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at Ents. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zywoo combo, that's going to be quite a potent mix.
Then there's NIP, who had an incredible run in the previous season of EPL, but in this one, it might be like way harder because now they are kind of like not the underdogs and we have higher expectations. We have Spirit, they brought in Wonderful, who is a young Ukrainian offer, and the CES team is just living to its name, like proving that they're so great at producing young offers, like young talents. Then we have Endpoint and Fnatic, and I want to say like both of them together because they're kind of representing maybe like the UK scene because one team has 2 players from UK, the other one has a UK coach and a player. So like I wonder how will this duo do?
Describing Group A in one sentence, I can do it in 2 words. Top heavy, having Simple and Zywoo do their absolute best work, blockbuster names for 5 days. That's going to be exciting to watch. You've obviously got NIP in the mix, and then the likes of Endpoint and Spirit here as well. As I said, top heavy. You're expecting the top 3, Vitality, NaVi, and NIP to make their way through quite easily here, but this is Pro League. There's never any guarantees.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Oh, Trace, that's a wonderful pin. Don't tell me. Clone 2016 limited edition? It looks so soft.
Your compliment was sufficient, Hugo. Hey, Harry. Nice pin. How the hell are ya? Chad has mistaken me for this dickhead Harry, which seems logical because he also works for ESL and I cast with him regularly. Harry and I also go to the same barber, although I have a slightly better haircut.
Chad, congratulations, man. I saw the reports. Titan game went well.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
great stuff. ESL tonight?
No can do. Got an 830 res with the pros, man. Trying out a new crosshair though, I'll swing it over. New crosshair. What do you think?
That's very nice. Look at that.
Gave it a go yesterday. 1 on the thickness, 0 on the dot, and 1 on the outline. It's great for visibility.
That's very cool, Stunner. But that's nothing. Look at this. Daring yellow. Thin outline. What do you think?
Nice.
Jesus. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
I cannot believe that Machine prefers Rush's crosshair to mine.
But wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. Check out this bad boy. Statement read, almost a statement in itself. Dot, for that pinpoint precision. And let's not forget a little bit of girth. Goes a long way.
Impressive. It's nice, it really is. Now let's see Chad's crosshair. Look at that subtle neon coloring. The tasteful thickness of it, oh my God. The gap is perfect.
Something wrong? Stunner? You're sweating.
thinking, moving, touching, and well, all of the other things, all of the other pieces that you need to compete in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Welcome back to CS Psychology 101. Today, we're going to be going over a very important subject. XXX Heyman 420. In 2012, he had a 4K 1D clip that really was overly edited by an equally talented friend. Now accumulating only, and I mean only, 1,372 views over 8 years. The taste of success that followed led to the creation of the monster that we now know as the Movie Fragger.
And ayun, hello, welcome back to the official Filipino broadcast ng ESL Pro League Season 16. Ako nga pala, Sneaky Frog, kasama ko si Ventus bago namin pag-usapan ng game number 2. Shoutout muna sa Rivalry. Of course, rivalry.com/LeponWXC for up to $200 deposit bonus, or kung Filipino kayo, 10k PHP. So if mag-bet kayo dito sa ating games, then might as well use the best betting website on the planet, rivalry.com. And you know nga, it seems like the Endpoint believers are stopped today dito sa map number 1 natin. And yun na nga, NIP taking Vertigo over Endpoint, which is a big surprise to say the least, no? Kasi in-expect natin na Endpoint was gonna be really, really dominant considering yung performance nila dun sa last game natin, which is yun nga, of course, sweeping NaVi under the rug. Tapos ngayon, NIP all of a sudden has the power and fight para yun nga, to take Endpoint to the very edge, and yun na nga nakita natin doon dito sa Vertigo. Roland, of course, having a performance of his life, 23 and 10 doon sa last game natin. Also, Esitag can really prove to us na hindi niya lang kaya mag-rifle, kaya na rin mag-op. He can basically do anything that he wants dito sa ating server. Pero map number 2, pre, of course, sinabi na natin kanina, Inferno is a map na ilalaro talaga ng NIP historically. It is an NIP map even way back then, 2012, 2011, even 2007, if we go that far back siguro. At Endpoint, historically, I would say, meron ba silang experience dito sa map na to? 0% win rate as of the last 3 maps natin. So, it's not really boding well, losing to Vitality, of course. Nakita natin yun earlier. And a tournament called the PGE Polish Esports League. Hindi ko makita yung full name. Ano bang pangalan to? PGE Esports League Summer. Yun. Tatalo sila sa Sinners, of course. The homie Oscar, always finding a way dito sa ating broadcast natin, and also Illuminar, a really good Polish stack. Historically, not really the best map para dito sa side ng Endpoint, but knowing Endpoint, meron silang plano going into this one, and baka yung plot armor medyo malakas pa nga papunta sa side nila, pero malabo na naman ang chances dito ng Endpoint. Pero every time I say that, na naghahanap talaga ng paraan itong Endpoint, pare.
Yep, and baka nga ma-surprise ulit tayo sa Endpoint, pero siguro mga 10% chance lang yun against NIP.
Hey, as long, parang sinasabi ni Coach, as long as it's not 0%, meron pang chance. Pero yun nga, I mean, all the statistics really are saying NIP is gonna win this one. So, yeah, that's the expectation here. But will it be the actual result? Titignan pa natin.
Endpoint, they will start on the city side. If they lose this one, oh my goodness, there's no way they will be able to come back against NIP. And we are heading dito na nga sa map number 2 natin, Inferno map, Endpoint versus NIP. Look at the buys, dual Barretta in the hands of Nurse with the 1 smoke. And half armor tayo for the rest members nating NIP with the P250 and the Deagle. They have enough utility to work with in order for them to get into the site. Pero look at this, Brolan will try to anchor alone towards this banana air natin, and ang makakatapat niya nga dito is yung dual Barretta ni Kuya Mo Nurse, and there you have it. Nurse gets spotted down, Crucial as well, gets tagged down to 8 HP. It's gonna be the duel, and Brolan just insane with this one tap headshot. With that, Nurse is shut down immediately. dito sa ating map number 2. Pero looks like it's gonna be a good read for the side of Endpoint. Kunti-kunti sa nalalagas dito ng players ng NIP. 4v3 situation, Shuril gusto niyang mag-aggressive pa nga dito and possibly kumuha ng additional pick. Pero double pick is up for the side of NIP and Shuril will be able to rest just like that. Na-even up pa nga nila yung kanilang manpower dito. 3v3 situation and it's gonna be the wrap around play all the way to this B side and that's gonna be a good smoke to cover up the vision. Narinig ko yung Mighty Max pero 2 players ng ating Endpoint now pushing out towards this banana area natin. It's gonna be the crossfire setup. Brolin and Protsky. Oh my goodness, the double headshot agad. And now it's all up to Mighty Max. One tap headshot is all you need para kahit paano magkaroon ka ng chance to clash this one out. Pero very unlikely dahil napakaganda ng setup netong NIP at this point. And there you have it, Brolan again, fragging on the board.
Yeah, yun na nga. I mean, Endpoint getting hit once again with their own stuff. Initial mid presence galing dito sa side ng NIP and then they circle right back around dito sa B side just to secure it. Roland once again clutch with the P250. Not just that, grabe naman yan. The rest of the team just covering just in time, pero Roland, he is on fire this entire series. I think what was supposed to be itong si Nerds really becoming the shining star dito sa ating series. It's actually itong si Brolan coming into his own, the newest member dito ng NIP. Really proving why he deserves the spot.
Yep, and look at the buy Mach 10 and the hands of Lopsky and Brolan. Pero gusto ng i-aggressive play ito and Hampus just going for that pre-fire and Shuril goes down. Na-punish down pa nga yung pagiging aggressive niya dito. Although matatake down naman niya si Hampus with 1 HP left. Pero what can Endpoint do? Wala, lugi sila in terms of manpower. Although they have the triple smoke to work with. Pero mas maraming utilities yung ating NIP. It's gonna be the 2-2 setup for the side of Endpoint. Pero no info yet is being given if nagro-rotate na nga yung players nating NIP to the A side. Dahil lahat sila naka-stack pa rin. Dito sa ating banana, walang info play, info push na nangyayari sa Endpoint natin. Walang nag-hold ng kanilang mid-air natin. Pero look at this, Molotov, Flash, Smoke, Kirby will rotate on 1. And samahan mo pa ng frag nature ko yung Mercs para kay Koy mo Plopsky. Oh my goodness, Mighty Max going online, getting the 2 frags, and it's all up to Hampus with 1 HP. 1v3 situation, Smoke will be out, bomb drop towards this cross area natin. Oh my goodness, what are you doing, Nerds? That is a bad pick. And
he's looking for a nade. Kaso, I don't think anyone from NIP actually bought a nade dito and I think it's just gonna be a save para sa kanya. A disaster of a B push, but at the same time, Mighty Max. What are those 2 shots on that deagle? Grabe naman yun. Peeking around the corner, instantly getting 2 heads. We need a replay. I need to see that again. Ano nangyari yun?
Endpoint.
Okay, calm down.
Tying up the score, 1-all. Kirby just trying his luck pala. He is fully blinded and fully smoked. Pero look at this, the flick from Mighty Max. Timeout will be called agad by NIP.
Yep, quite the unstable situation para dito sa NIP, man. They did really not expect na that round actually going in their way. A lot of stuff not really, I wouldn't say it's luck, no, to say the least. I think Kirby's tiniming na talaga that really well. Might as well shoot through the smoke kung if he didn't shoot, then not gonna do damage anyways kung nag-straight up fight kayo against the other team. So might as well. Mighty Max as well. The god of odd timings dito sa ating map. It's either he gets 0 people and runs it down or ayun na nga, he gets stuff like that. Grabe naman yung turnaround dito ng Endpoint. Okay, meron na silang round sa city side.
Yep, 1-all ang ating scoreline. May buy kahit papano yung Endpoint natin. Meanwhile, NIP, Hampus will only have the Galil in his hands that was saved last round. Meron naman silang utilities kahit papano. They have the triple smoke. Actually, quadruple smoke and 4 flash to work with. Pero it's gonna be a play for picks play. Hampus, na spot down na nga niya etong si CRUC1AL na nag-hold toward this arch area natin. Pero the good crossfire setup, tamang bantay lang ng kanilang mga likod dito. Pero it's all up to CRUC1AL to try to get the damage that he needed. Pwede makuha yung 2 players dito. Will get on one, will get the second one. Yes, he will. And with that 3v5 situation, a good frag agad para kay kuya mo. CRUC1AL with this Mach 10 and economy is on the board. Kirby? Bad smoke ata to. Actually, a good smoke to para sa kanya. Since it's gonna be a one-way smoke against the players natin and magtatanga pumasok towards this A short natin. Pero sure to try to go for the flank with the spray down. Ako po, hindi tumama lahat ng bala and Brolan will be able to take him down. Just like that, it's a 3v4 situation. B side is up for grabs. Na rotation is going to happen for the side of Endpoint. Andito na nga agad si Kuya mo CRUC1AL with this Galil and with the help of Nerds. Medyo napatagal yung pagpasok nito and it's gonna be a good Molotov to try to delay the push ng ating NIP. Pero nakatawid pa nga. Kahit pa paano ito, Nerds. I'm not sure, alam niya na may nakatawid na. And Nerds with the run and spray. The spray and spray actually. Pero Nerds, naku po, naitanim pa na naman na kayong bomba kahit pa paano. Pero good round pa rin for NIP.
Yeah, I mean, they force bot. So, that's a tough one. But at least yung kanila economy ay tataas kahit paano with that bomb plant. I would say a failed attempt galing dito sa may archer side natin to try to get something going. That would have been an easy kill para sa kanila. An SC tag with the failed trade dito kay Nerds. But Nerds was ready this entire time. Lantos already down. Pero Plopsky surrounded na nga with most of the players here. Great rotation here galing sa Endpoint. Good attempt galing sa NIP. They got the mid player kaso yun lang. The guns were too much para dito sa Endpoint.
Yep, and Endpoint now has the lead. 2-1 natin scoring pero that's going a good Molotov. Roland, Daran and Gun Tech 9. It's not gonna work against Nerds. 4v5 situation. Kailangan nilang kumalma kahit papaano. Wala na silang kahit anong utility whatsoever to work with. And heavy utility ang ibinabato towards this banana area. Time and time again, yun yung kailangan mong kunin na control if you want to get ahead sa inyong city side. A good crossfire setup. CRUC1AL will be able to hit on Hampus. And Kirby as well. It's all up to Rez and Ezitag. Kaso nga lang Rez not hitting the one-tap headshot and Kirby agad for the backup. With that, it's all up to Ezitag with your P250. What is he doing? Mighty Max just fragging out with that 3-1 nating scoreline in NIP. Equal naman sila kahit papano. So this time around, they will have enough buy to work with against the Endpoint.
And I think, yun nga, it is gonna be another bout of problem solving para dito kay Hampus. How are they gonna get banana control? How are they gonna get mid control galing dito sa side ng Endpoint? And yeah, how are they gonna clear yung mga areas na dapat sila yung may control kasi Endpoint definitely one of the teams that is really hard to flush out, especially in certain spots. Napakagaling nila mag-anchor pagdating sa mga important positions kagaya ng banana, kagaya ng pit. So NIP really has to tread carefully dito sa Inferno.
And tamang pakiramdaman lang sila this time around dahil mahirap matalo on your first full buy for the NIP dahil pwede magkaroon ng momentum yung Endpoint this time around and possibly get as much lead as they can against the NIP. Pero look at this, CRUC1AL still a good, the timing as he's slowly backing away. Nag-pick si Kuya Morez. Pero I'm not sure if na-spot down siya. Pero expected naman nila na merong magbabantay towards this arch area natin. And looks like it's gonna be the A side push. A setup, smoke, flash will be out. We will try to push. Tingnan natin. CRUC1AL, let's get rid of good flash. Actually, CRUC1AL gets spotted down and mapapabakoy pa nga siya all the way to the side. And all players ng ating NIP now lurking towards the push. This is ating A-side Kirby. This is a good angle for him towards the graveyard area. Pero CRUC1AL will get on one. Kirby agad for the backup. Mighty Max just the clean up for the side of Endpoint. And it's all up to Rez. 1v3 situation. Alam niya na mayroong tao dito sa ating stairs. Pero meron ng tao sa likod niya. And the wide stream from Kirby is going to do it. NIP lost on their gun round.
And ayun na nga. Gun round once again lost galing dito sa NIP. I think that exact setup no would not have worked kung kung finocus nila yung left side rather than yung may artist side dito, rather sa speedway side rather than the moto side dito ng side, kasi Kirby was just ready and waiting to pop his head out dito sa may graveyard and support his teammates as much as possible. They could not flush out itong si Mighty Max on towards the apartment side as well, so may additional lason pa ang layers dito ng Endpoint on their defense. And NIP, nako, classic NIPT side na naman ba to?
Possibly. And look at the buys. They only have the Tech 9s and utility. Actually, utility buy sila this time around just to try to at least get the bomb plant para kahit papaano man sa additional economy. Pero marami pa naman silang oras dito and no info is being given for these both teams natin. Walang info play, walang info push na nangyari for the Endpoint players natin. Iniingatan nila yung kanilang mga barrel, pero look at the buy. Crucial will now have the AWP in his hands and heavy healthy utility yung buy na itong both teams natin. Pero we'll see kung paano to i-handle ng NIP with 55 seconds on the clock remain. That's gonna be a good nade. Sasaluhin to ng buong-buo ng players ng NIP and Mighty Max again going online. Hampus goes down. Pero andito pa si Kirby towards sa may pit natin. And Brolan, what is that shot? One tap headshot agad. Crucial will take on one. Kaso nga kailangan ng backup for his teammate and Rez will get the second one using this Tech 9. Oh my goodness. One tap headshot and the turn around pa nga. Makuha pa nga niya etong AWP. And this could be bad news for the Endpoint kung pipiliin nilang mag one by one pick against the AWP neto ni Kuya Morez. Pero wala siyang info whatsoever kung nasaan yung last player ng Endpoint. It's all up to Nerds. And Shuriel, kailangan lang gumawa ng magandang play against the AWP. Net ni Kuya Morez. Kailangan lang magsabay ng pick dito. Kaso nga lang, Rez, that's gonna be the punish. Missing that shot. And with that, Endpoint 5-1.
Yeah. Rez wishing he had the rifle dun sa moment na yun. Pero Mighty Max with another mighty play dito sa site. And really is giving NIPT side the hard time dito sa ating map. Rez with a great attempt though on the Tech 9, even getting a headshot dito kay Mighty Max on the graveyard. And graveyard na naman ang naging susi sa pagkapanalo dito ng Endpoint. Grabe naman yun. Always the classic Endpoint play. Just be careful even in those 2v1 situations kasi pwede talagang ma-turn around yung round in just a very, very quick fashion. And okay. Seems like Mighty Max 7-4 leading yung frags para sa kanyang team so far. Having a comfortable Inferno, pero Brolan parang gusto niya na manalo dito.
And Brolan, hindi pa nawawala yung init sa kanyang mga palad. With that, Shuriel goes down. Mighty Max, low range pinal siya dito. And I'm not sure na paano doon pa nga yung pagiging aggressive ni Shuriel towards this banana area natin. And it's all up to Nerds to defend this B site. Marami siyang molotov to work with to try to delay the push na gagawin itong NIP if ever man mag-commit sila towards this banana area natin. Pero so far, play for picks for the side of NIP. That's the result. Pop flash! Kaso nga lang Nerds, fully blinded siya dito and that is a good play coming in for Crucial. Good adjustment agad for the trade of his teammate. Kaso nga lang, it's gonna be a really hard round for the side of Endpoint dahil low on HP na si Mighty Max down to 2 HP, 3v4 situation, and it's gonna be the A site rotate and it's all up to Mighty Max and Kirby to defend this A site against the last remaining 4 players ng ating NIP. 43 seconds on the clock remaining. Rez slowly creeping na nga siya towards this arch area. But that's with the smoke. And wala nang vision yung Endpoint natin. Tapos with the pop flash, molotov, is out. Ibato muna lahat ng pwede mong ibato dito. And Rez with that entry frag. Dito sa mating A site. And Kirby will be able to run 1 and Plowski for the trade. And now it's all up to Crucial. Kailangan na lang i-save yung kanyang AWP all the way to this B site.
You know nga, finally, an A-take going in their way. Pero that initial focus dito sa may banana area really kind of distracted naman yung Endpoint to try and over-rotate. And at the same time, some really good clears from NIP once again. Plopsky and Rez doing in their work, but it's Prolan opening things up para dito sa NIP with that initial kill sa may banana. Parang na-relieve yung pressure dito sa A side instead na before sila mag-commit ng ibang mga players nila dito. Crucial, I think, is a very key player pagdating sa kanilang defense dito, especially on that AWP. Plopsky, very nice. Hindi siya bumaba agad doon. I think players usually go down immediately then. Alam mo naman, the flying AK is not that accurate. And usually the person in the pit does win it out. Pero, ayun na nga, NIP. Finally, cutting yung streak dito ng Endpoint and would be another round on the board if they can do the exact same thing. Brolan finding that first pick. And, yun, magsa-slow control na lang sila dito sa mapa.
Yep, pero so far, meron pa namang AWP si CRUC1AL. Pero, looks like it's gonna be heavy utility presence again towards this banana area natin. Banana control is very, very much needed dito sa ating Inferno map. Pero no damage yet is being given to this boss team. Actually, si CRUC1AL down to 63 HP. I'm not sure, baka sumalo siya ng mga nade na ibinato ng NIP. Pero slow play. 3-2 setup will be up for side of Endpoint. And this could be a good setup actually. Walang masyadong nag-aasim sa kanila. Walang nag-overcommit. Walang nag-overpush this time around dahil alam nila na kayang-kaya silang i-punish ni Brolan. Pero look at this, the movement from this guy. Getting away immediately. 5v5 pa naman tayo kahit paano, and nagsasayangan lang sila ng utility dito sa ating mid-air natin, pero that's going to pop flash for you, and CRUC1AL may info na sila kung saan manggagaling yung off player ng Endpoint. So kailangan nila mag-ingat dito sa may ating short area, pero that's going to pop flash, and CRUC1AL will miss that shot. And now here comes the entry. Brolan going for this rush play, and fully blinded na nga S16. What a utility usage for the side of NIP. Lahat bulag. Walang chance na magkaroon ng vision whatsoever yung Endpoint natin sa mga papasok dito sa ating A side. And with that, it's all up to CRUC1AL and Nerds just saving up dito sa ating B site area.
I like it. I mean, you know, NIP going back to their bread and butter, pare. The utility usage na nakikita natin from their past game as well, now finally coming into fruition dito sa may Inferno. And Brolan once again, the two-piece entry galing sa kanya, enabled by his teammates' flash. Everything was just made perfect para dito sa NIP, pare. Big miss rin galing kay CRUC1AL. If he did not miss, that would have been a possible play, pero magsaswarm na rin kasi yung NIP sa site eh. So that's a toughie.
Yep, and NIP, comfortable pa rin naman sila, even though na merong 2-point lead ang ating Endpoint. Pero this is their T side, so kailangan pa rin nilang kumuha ng rounds. Dahil pagdating ng kanilang City side, ng T side, for the Endpoint natin, mukhang mahirapan sila against the NIP. Pero timeout will be called by the Endpoint. Nerds, I think na-shutdown na yung moralidad nito ni Nerds ng NIP this round, this series.
Really high value timeout para dito sa Endpoint. I think Endpoint timeouts are really, really good to say the least. Every time na nakikita natin sila mag-timeout, I think they have something planned already going into this one. So, I wonder anong gagawin nila dito. So, 3-stack dito sa B side since nakita naman natin Brolan can really be a pain pagdating dito sa banana area nila. And did not really give them the best scenario if hindi nila masyado pinaprioritize to, especially that first pick, and really set things off para dito sa NIP. So, Endpoint starting to focus dito sa B, but hindi, actually nilipat lang nila agad. I think that is just to drop an additional smoke para mas may onting delay pa sila dito sa banana area. Pero okay, Nerds wanting to go aggressive, so gusto nilang gulatin yata itong si Brolan, pre.
And see natin, CRUC1AL. Oh my goodness, the pick from Esitag. How can CRUC1AL miss that shot? Oh my god. And now 4v5 situation. That is a very, very crucial miss for CRUC1AL. Pero Nerds, a good angle for him, will be able to take down Brolan. And one of the key players ng ating NIP, Brolan, leading the charge with 9 frags on the board. Pero as usual, CRUC1AL medyo malamig pa siya. Speaking of malamig, na-jinx ko ata getting that clean 2 frags agad. Pero oh my goodness, clean 2 frags rin. One no scope. And there you have it, Mighty Max will be able to shut him down. Kaso nga lang, masyadong maingay yung footsteps ni Kuya Muners, and Hampus knows na B-site is up for grabs and it's all up to Mighty Max to try to defend and rotate.
Utakan to mo yun.
Pagalingan na lang o sino ang merong mas mataas na IQ between these two players natin. And Mighty Max, healthy pa naman siya kahit papano. Hampus, he still have the one Molotov pero he is low on HP and he will try to go aggressive dito. A good opportunity kaso nga lang Mighty Max.
You can't blame him.
Oh my goodness.
You can't blame him for going for that, not gonna lie.
Yup.
Pero that is a tough one para dito kay Hampus. Hesitag despite having a highlight play dito sa A side. It was surreal in the library, keeping everyone quiet. Dito sa may artist side. Grabe naman. Quite the back and forth between NIP at Endpoint dito. Pero grabe naman si Surreal with the lineup. Hesitag daw with a really good attempt. Kung hindi nalaman niya meron pang isang tao dito sa half pit, that would have been something para dito sa NIP. But Hampus, the risky play could not pay off para sa kanya.
Yup. He could have caught off guard. Pero lugi rin siya kasi low in HP na rin siya. Even though na kung nakuha niya lang sana siguro yung headshot, he could have won the round. Timeout will be called again. That 6-3 ang ating scoreline. Endpoint still leading by 3. And NIP hanging on sa pagkakaroon ng advantage na itong Endpoint natin. Tingnan natin kung ano ang gagawin ng Endpoint. This time around, since CRUC1AL will only have the Pyjamas in his hands. Against the AK, very unlikely na may panalo niya yung duel na yun, if ever man. Pero looks like it's gonna be the A side push. 3 players na agad ng NIP. Nagkakaroon ng control towards this air. Nakita niya yung barrel dito and there you have it. CRUC1AL will be able to know 1 and may trade agad para kuya mo Mighty Max. And 3v4 situation, Plopsky. I'm not sure if alam nila nakapag-push out na nga siya dito and there you have it. Mighty Max goes down and narinig na niya na bumaba si Kirby towards his pit. Yup, they can still go B. Pero 3 players na sa kalian na dito and there you have it. Kirby goes down and NIP again. This is a sure round win dahil mag-save na lang si kuya mo Surreal. And a good execution again for the side of NIP.
Oh. That round was really saved. Galing dito kay Plopsky, man. Pag di niya nakuha yung pit player, that would have been an opportunity to make a play happen. Plopsky, man. Ang ganda ng defense dito ng Endpoint, man. I'll admit, that's na yung artist side play nila is really just good. CRUC1AL gets the play, matitrade yung isa, tapos si Mighty Max nandun sa Moto. After he gets done with Moto, magsusupport na siya dito sa short. And there's so much layers that you have to think about para dito sa Endpoint. Kung wala dun si Plopsky, that would have been a disaster of a round na naman para dito sa NIP. And op removed. Para dito sa side ng Endpoint, there are an opportunity to buy an op. Para kay CRUC1AL, which is a pretty key thing to say the least, especially sa kanilang CT side and NIP. The more rounds they get dito sa T side, the more comfortable that they can get it dito sa CT kasi CT talaga ang focus dito ng Inferno para sa NIP at least. But Endpoint, once again, man, the plot armor is strong para sa side nila, so definitely anything can happen in this one. Pero force buy para dito sa Endpoint. They want to go aggressive sa mid.
And looks like it's gonna work out for them. Surreal will be able to take down res and no trade whatsoever happened on that duel. Pero Brolan nagkakaroon na nga siya ng control towards this banana air natin and it's gonna be against Nerds with this pistol. What can you do? Merong backup si Brolan with this Esitag. Pero Nerds with this 5-7, what can you do against the AK? You can just hope for the best pero 3 players na ng Endpoint natin holding towards this B site and I think kailangan nilang i-flash out or i-force yung rotation if they want to get into the B site dahil 3 players. Actually, there you have it. The rotation is going to happen. Surely umatras na nga siya dito kahit papano pero they still have the advantage in terms of firepower. Roland again trying to check every corner he can para magkaroon ng opening yung NIP and give the space that the team needed. Pop flash. Actually, niri-smoke nare-smoke lang ng Endpoint yung entry point netong NIP para kahit papaano mahirapan sila pumasok. Just trying to delay the push if ever man. 30 seconds on the clock remaining. Mighty Max with this anti-flash angle. Let's see if they can do something about this kind of push. There goes the utility. There goes the smoke. There goes the Molotov. Oh my goodness, Nerds. Fully blind lang siya dito. Kaso nga lang, na-delay yung pag-push out dito. And Nerds, recover pa nga siya kahit papaano. And S16 will be able to know Surreal and Mighty Max from this flower pot.
5 seconds.
And will be able to know 1. Wala na silang oras dito. 3 seconds. Kailangan niyang i-stick actually. And Nerds will be able to finish him.
Ano nangyari dito sa NIP? Sobrang segmented sila. Pagdating sa push na yon, Brolan going into the molly on his own, getting taken down immediately. They did not go into the site as a group as you should pagdating sa mga ganito na rounds. A bit too late. Galing dito sa NIP, the delay was already made by Endpoint. Grabe yung mid-push kanina, but the immediate adjustment to rotate papunta dito sa B-site. What a good read. Galing dito kay Mighty Max, but good shots. Galing dito kay Nerds, 5-7 to AK-47 switch. Grabe. Endpoint. Really doing some damage dito sa city side ng Inferno. Ninjas in Pyjamas. Meron pa naman sila onting rounds para makakuha ng points dito. They still have 3, pero Endpoint, pag maulit nila yun, then they are gonna put NIP in a really bad place economically. Baka pwede pa nila i-11 and 4. Tuloy-tuloy lang to.
Oh my god. If ma-11-4 to, NIP, they will have minimal room for errors coming into their city side. Pero full gun run tayo for these both teams. AK is out and Mighty Max will be able to take on one res agad for the trade. Roland going for the frags. And Kirby, oh my goodness, clean 2 frags agad para sa kanya. Kirby again with that clean 4 frags. Is the clean wipe for the side of Endpoint.
Same story, man. It's the anchors para dito sa side ng Endpoint, but Kirby rolling back the years, my friend, with that AK-47. That shot on S16. Next level. Nasty pa yun, pare. Perhaps naman even getting the Apps player as well. And na-hype na nga si Kirby dito. And this could be the key for Endpoint to get back into this series. A timeout para dito sa NIP. That round just really took the wind out of them. Meron pa namang pambili dito yung NIP. All AKs, everything para sa side nila. So if Endpoint does get overconfident dito sa ating game, then maybe they can find a way to punish and make it at least a favorable half. 8-7. Maybe worst case scenario, even a 9-6 para sa side nila. But pretty rough half buy para sa side nila. Plopsy is gonna go for the hero AK, pero meron pa naman siya pambay sa next round. So I think this is fine.
Yep, and finally, Endpoint players natin working as a team, all gears gumagana. Tingnan mo naman lahat sila. Meron ng frags on the board. Unlike yung map number 1 natin na I think 3 players sa kanila malamig. And si Nerds kasi si CRUC1AL lang ata yung gumagawa for Endpoint sa ating map number 1. Maybe that is the reason why they lost to NIP. Pero this time around, it's a different story. NIP having a hard time on their T side against the defense na itong pinapakita ng Endpoint players. Pero look at CRUC1AL again. We'll try to check every corner and try to punish down kung meron mong nangiingitlog towards the sandbags area natin. And let's get the re-smoke and sa mga parang Molotov. This is a good read actually for Surreal dahil actually na-smoke pala. Na-smoke down din yung Molotov niya. Pero Nerds spotted one. Surreal will be able to run Hampus. And Nerds again trying his luck with the small bang, pero hindi ko din na nalalag ng players ng NIP dito. Now it's all up to Plopsky and S16. 2v5 situation, what can you do? S16 still managed to stay alive, and there you have it. S16 goes down, it's all up to Plopsky. He still have the AK-47 in his hands, kaso nga lang bomb drop dito sa mating site. And they know kung saan lang pupunta ito si Kuya Plopsky, and there you have it, Mighty Max with that frag.
Ay na nga. Holding it down. Itong Endpoint, pare. Grabe naman. Even Nerds calling them to come beat. Pare, grabe talaga. The confidence of the Endpoint is on another level. All over the place dito sa ating mapa. And the switches, man. It's just, you cannot predict yung Endpoint defense dito, pare, at all times. It's really hard to see kung saan sila magagaling dito. Especially with the way that they just switch players around in whatever position that they can play. NIP really having a hard time dito sa kanilang T-side. It's real. First pick agad dito.
Yep, and with that lagas agad ng isang player ng ating NIP on their gun round. Look at their economy, $200, $50. And that is the punish and the opening that Endpoint needed, and Nerds will try to get aggressive towards Banana Air natin. No contest whatsoever. I'm not sure kung ano nangyari sa NIP. Dahil early rounds natin, kino-contest la yung Banana time and time again. Pero this time around, sila yung nape-pressure and napupushback ng players ng Endpoint. Look at this. Ulan, hindi na niya alam kung anong kanyang pwedeng gawin sa aggression na yung pinapakita neto ni Nerds. Pero looks like it's gonna be Nerds versus Brolan all throughout this map number 2 natin sa may ating Banana area. And 54 seconds on the clock, remaining smoke will be out. And they know na wala pang kino-commit na site etong ating NIP. Although Rez, konti-kunti na nga siya nakapag-sneak up towards this A short natin. That's been a good pop flash. Nerds will be able to make the one, and that's gonna be the team flash for you. Rez will be able to Kirby, and he gets taken off the crucial just like that. It's all up to Plopskin. S tag 2v3 situation. No, make that a actually 2v3. Shuri low HP na rin siya. Pero 28 seconds na nakakita na for side of NIP. What can you do? Dahil pino-force na ng Endpoint yung pressure sa NIP players natin. Kailangan niyang kumuha ng isa dito, and a good cut ng rotation para kay S-Tag, and with that, A site is pretty open. Pero the last on play actually from Plopsky, pwede pa niya ma-caught off guard. Eto si Shuril pag hindi siya nag-ingat. It's gonna be a 1v1 all throughout the map, and there you have it. Plopsky will be able to rin Shuril, and it's all so crucial with this AWP. Wala siyang, actually, he still have one flash. Pero the jiggle pick. Oh my goodness, pinaglalaro na siya ni Kuya Maes. And will miss that off shot. And with that, NIP getting back the round.
Crucial one as well para dito sa NIP. They get the off back. S-Tag is gonna be online once again. Plus, meron pa silang additional 80 na pwede na makuha dito. Great flash. Sana para makuha dito si Nerds. Nerds finally neutralized with a Molotov dito sa gilid. But S-Tag, oof, too close for comfort yung pump plant na yun, to say the least, as always, para dito sa NIP. And 9-5. Okay. Tignan natin ano pa mangyari dito sa map na to. I mean, NIP can they cap it off 9-6? Or will Endpoint deny another 1-10-5 yata yung score? Pero Nerds, nako po, eating 2 nades.
And S-Tag, ang ganda na ginawa niya dun. Parang hinahatak niya yung crosshair ni Crucial. Dikit pa, dikit sa ball. And after that one, nag-wide swing siya, getting that clean headshot. Pero as of now, 9-5 ang ating scoreline. Tingnan natin if NIP can still get another round win and possibly ending the half into a 9-6, and still doable for them coming into our second half. That's with day smoke para ma-put out lang yung Molotov na iba na to towards this A short area natin, and it's gonna be the triple pick for this mid team natin. Is it gonna be the good play for the side of NIP dahil meron ng crossfire setup, and that's gonna be a good smoke to try to divide the vision netong ating Endpoint players na nag-hold. And Hampus, hindi niya maispatan si Kirby na naka-boost. Pero 30 seconds on the clock remaining. No smoke whatsoever. Meron pa naman sa flash kahit pa there you have it. Kirby will be able to take the two players ng ating NIP, and walang tao towards the apartment's air, pero he is still checking, and unti-unti na nakapag-push out towards this A short, and now it's all up to Mighty Max to defend. S-Tag, nako po, Kirby, naka-hold pa rin siya dito, and Brola will be able to know one, and with that, Endpoint breaking the double-digit scoreline as we proceed to our second half.
Kirby defended that really well, my friend. Elevated position, getting 2, tas inikot niya pa yung apartments for that additional kill. Not just that, Mighty Max trying to live as much as possible para makabalik na yung player dun sa may moto side. Everything once again like a well-oiled machine para dito sa Endpoint. It's like trade after trade after trade, and not just that, taking risks at the right time, and ang kanilang setup pagdating sa kanilang mga defenses is just so hard to predict. NIP, ako, kind of altering dito sa sarili nilang map but at the same time, it is NIPT side, so it is kind of tough to judge sa first half pa lang, and Endpoint already possible miracle play or miracle map pick na pwede na makuha dito galing sa side ng NIP. Would be nice to see, to say the least, if meron tayong game number 3 dito, but NIP should really think about what they do dito sa second half kasi I don't think it's a curse para dito sa NIP, pero I think it's just Endpoint, adjusting in time dito sa game natin. Is also, I'm surprised na kung gaano kaganda yung kanilang defense dito sa Inferno, especially considering yun nga, the lack of experience winning on this map. Not just that, yung how fluid yung kanilang defense dito is looking all around the map. Yun nga, I mean, you can kill yung isang player, then all of a sudden Mighty Max is in the corner, meron na agad trade na nangyayari. And pag namatay si Nerds, or pag namatay si Mighty Max rather, then meron pang isang player na you really have to worry about. So it's just them stacking on yung mga trades dito all around the map para sa Inferno. I think the size of the map is helping as well. Napakaliit ng Inferno, guys. So pag maghahanap ng trades yung mga Endpoint players dito ay napakabilis. And it's really annoying para sa T-side dito ng NIP, which once again, I will say it's not their strong point, pero not could hurt them din dito sa City side nila, kasi pag ganito yung nangyayari dito sa City side, then T-side is gonna be a lot more painful to say the least, especially Nerds. He's gonna be the one creating entries para sa kanyang team. And if it's not Nerds, actually, si Mighty Max as well, who so far is 14 and 11 dito sa ating mapa, and Kirby, who is such a great anchor para dito sa A side, para sa Endpoint, really coming into his own dito sa Inferno map. 100 ADR, 15 and 7 so far, topping the boards para dito sa Endpoint. So Kirby going back to his old days, the old Kirby days where he was really just popping heads kahit anong player na lalabas sa kanyang harap dito. Pero NIP though, I mean, 5 rounds on T-side, I mean, could be better para sa side nila considering map pick nga nila to, but at the same time, it's a severely CT-sided team. So makikita natin yung 2-9 na NIP probably going into the next half. But still, it could be a rough one para dito sa NIP kasi Endpoint, knowing their type of style dito sa T-side, is slow map control, which could benefit them, especially pagdating nga dito sa may apartment side natin. I think Nerds could take that one, or si Surreal, or si CRUC1AL. There's just so many options para dito sa Endpoint when it comes to this Inferno map, and with their type of style, the one burst into sight, all NIP can do is try to replicate yung ginawa nila dito sa Vertigo and just try to delay bago sila makapasok ng site and make sure that they cannot plant before the 4-second mark.
Yup, tama nga dyan. Will Endpoint surprise us once again against the Inferno map pick netong NIP natin, pero it's a different story sa City side ng NIP. And with that, guys, please do share the stream nga pala. A big shoutout nga pala sa ating viewers dyan sa ating Facebook and sa YouTube. We have 2,600 viewers sa ating YouTube, and subscribe na kayo sa ating YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more CSGO updates. Pero let's head back into the game. 10-5 ang ating scoreline. Dual Barreta in the hands of Brolan and Plopsky. Tingnan natin if they can do something about this kind of gun. Pero Brolan, he's slowly sneaking up towards this boiler area natin, and alam niya it's gonna be the mid-rush play. And the check from Nerds is there. Brolan goes down. The Asim play. Natin he's still trying to tap the heads ng players ng ating Endpoint at this point, pero he's still not taken down. Finally, CRUC1AL will be able to with that 3v3 situation. No bomb plant yet is going to happen, and Hampus, wala na silang kahit anong utility. Actually, they still have one flash to work with. Actually, the pop flash for you, and Plopsky with his dual Barreta will be able to Mighty Max. CRUC1AL, konti-konti na nalasin kanyang buhay dito, and a good retake for the side of NIP.
Nako, Plopsky with the Cardo Dalisay play, my friend, with the dualies. Grabe naman yun. It did not work in apartments, but it did work para dito kay Mr. Plopsky. Great delay on the pit side as well. Yung nakadalawang kill. Grabe naman yun. NIP, I thought that it was gonna be a disaster at first considering nakakuha na ng entry dito si Nerds, pero hindi na nakababa yung bomba dito. Mighty Max going down immediately to the dualies. Man, it's really hard to fight up against yung dualies, pare. Tinadtad talaga ng bahat. That is...
The rush play. Nerds will punish that one. Plopsky, masyado kang makulit. And that's going to be the free SMG for Nerds. And sabi ng NIP, ops, kalma. Nakakuha ng SMG. Hindi natin pwede i-rush yung banana area. Pero may M4 and dalawang FAMAS. sa side ng ating NIP. And it's all up to Nerds to make the play for the Endpoint dahil siya lang yung merong better gun for the rest of the team. Pero the hold, actually, no info is being given to the Endpoint players natin ng NIP dahil wala silang ibinabatong kahit anong utility to try na magbigay ng info na merong tao na nag-hold or which angle are they holding towards this A site. Tingnan mo naman, it's gonna be the wrap around play towards this arch area natin, and Hampus trying to tap the heads and it's not gonna work out for him. Medyo nadali nga lang yung pag-push out nila dito, and Rez nakapasok pa rin sila kahit paano. Crucial will be able to know Hampus. Golan with the check. Pero napupush back nila kahit paano, may info na sila na merong nakatawid all the way to their spawn area, and ang mga kasalubong na dito which is gonna be S-Tag. Pero Rez, hinabol pa nga niya si Kuya mo Crucial, and now 3v3 situation, low HP na yung Endpoint player natin dito, and now the Endpoint Classica. S-Tag will be able to hit one, and that's gonna be the Rez. Double kill.
Ayun na nga, ayun na hinahanap dito ng NIP that second round dito sa may city side, but at the same time, Ventus, grabe naman. That was a round that will make NIP sweat, pare. That first frag dito kay Nerds was just perfect. Crucial as well with the Deagle. Jesus, man, this guy's good with the op, AK, M4, even the Deagle as well, man. What can this man do? Pero at the end of the day, it was just Rez with the cleanup on that FAMAS, and finally the NIP city side is starting to work para sa side nila, and okay, mapapaiko yung Endpoint dito. Sakto yung duelist buy dito ni Rez so he can save up for that op.
Yep, and 10-7 nating scoreline, 3 rounds away into tying up this map number 2. And Churil, nako po, he gets spotted down, he gets tagged down to 49 HP, and sa mga parang nade dito, and sasaluhin to ni Kuya mo Crucial. Pero kahit papano, hindi sila nalagasan ng isa. Campus again. Oh, another nade! And there you have it. Shuriel goes down with this nade. In a 4v5 situation, dual Bayata in the hands of Press. Will take down 2 players. Oh my goodness. NIP defending Inferno.
Dang, meron na silang pang off this round because of that very, very good buy. Galing dito kay Rez, and he is gonna pick up that AWP. So that means mid pressure is gonna start para sa kanya. Problem is, Crucial has the op as well. So there's gonna be a lot of challenges na pwede na mangyari dito. Unless Rez is gonna decide for B. I don't think now is the time para kay Rez na mag-aggressive dito sa game na to. Kasi nga, I think Crucial is a really, really good offer. Can punish really reckless peaks from any offer galing sa side ng NIP dito. So I think they're just gonna hang back a bit. Pero Rez, uy, chal sila na mid, no? Second mid pala yung chal nila dito. They want to get that first contact. Pero Surreal, mainit masyado. Brolan na naman.
Yep, and Crucial. Oh my goodness. I think that was the game sense na narinig niya na footsteps neto ni Plopsky. And just on point, he pulled the trigger of his AWP, getting that frag. And now 4v4 situation, Molotov will be out towards the apartment area. Kaso nga lang, it will only delay the push ng Endpoint players natin. Look at this, all 3 players sa kanila now lurking up towards this banana area, and it's all up to S-Tag. Meron siyang utility. He have nade and 1 Molotov to try to delay the push. Pero mukhang is gonna be 1-for-1 trade lang ang gagawin dito ng Endpoint. And there you have it, Mighty Max. Handang-handa siya sa pag-pick neto niya. S-Tag as the smoke pop. And with that 4v3 situation, NIP mukhang mag-save na lang sila.
Better option to save na lang dito sa situation na to. It is B site already taken. Naka-set na yung positions dito ng Endpoint. Might as well not give more para sa side nila. Tignan mo naman, medyo mababa pa yung economy ng Endpoint. So next round could potentially still be a dangerous one if hindi na mapanalo yun. And NIP, I mean, they keep the op, they keep the rifle, 3-3 pa naman, everything going well in terms of the economy side para dito ng NIP. So buy is definitely still gonna be a thing. But what is that shot from Crucial? Through 2 smokes. S-Tag as well. I think hindi sanay si S-Tag na nag-walk up yung Endpoint dito sa B site with a straight up challenge na walang flash, walang nade, walang nothing. Kasi he still had the molly, he still had the nade. So pwede pa siyang gumawa ng damage doon. But wala eh. It was just dry peaks galing dito sa Endpoint.
Endpoint just going for the dry pick and the duels and winning against NIP. Pero with that, finally, they got the score into the second half. 11-8 ang ating scoreline. NIP still have room left in order for them to get back into the game. Hindi masyadong malaki yung lead ng Endpoint and they still have the guns. Actually, AWP will still be in the hands of Prez and Plopsky. Magkakaroon lang siya ng Pyjamas. Pero that's with the nade. Oh my goodness, sasaluin to and hindi pala. Nakatakas si Esitag. Matatag na lang niya si Esitag down to 92 HP and Nerds. 3 players sa NIP nag-hold dito. This could be a good read if e-force to ng NIP. Kaso nga lang Plopsky will be able to take Nerds down and that is a good damage agad para sa fragger ng Endpoint. 4v5 situation, 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock remaining. Konti-konti ulit silang naubusan ng oras. And I think classic Endpoint again. Tamang slow play lang and it pays off. Kirby will be able to take on one. Kaso nga lang, Hampus managed to take on one as well. CRUC1AL. Oh my goodness, CRUC1AL with that double kill with his AWP. And looks like it's gonna be a bomb side A. Endpoint.
Really nice thing. Galing dito kay CRUC1AL, man. Clutch on the up. Pero, ayun nga, meron pang up dito yung NIP. However, their buy is gonna be a bit questionable going into the next round. Especially para dito kay Hampus. Nakuha nila si Nerds. However, it is a big mistake no pagkalaban mo yung Endpoint is. As soon as you get Nerds, you always got to think about yung Endpoint T side being on the other side of the map. So a bit too late na yung rotations na pwedeng gawin dito ng NIP. Side players could have done more, that's for sure. Hampus nakakuha na siya ng isa, but I think Pit could have been more effective to say the least kasi namatay sila agad from Mr. Kirby himself with that really nice headshot. Ganda na na-start ng round. They got the flash play dito kay Nerds. Cleared him out, but ang bagal ng rotation ng NIP dito.
Yep, and dry picks all over again for the Endpoint. Not giving enough room for the NIP na makapag-adjust at makapag-react agad dahil hindi nila in-expect yung mga ganong klaseng picks at pushes na ginagawa na itong Endpoint natin. With that 12-8 ang ating scoreline, Endpoint 4 rounds away into pushing this one into a map number 3. Pero looks like it's gonna be the banana rush play coming in for Nerds. 2 players sa NIP natin is gonna be a 2-3 setup. Si Esitag at saka si Plopsky ang magbabatay dito pero they don't have enough buy to work with. Plopsky will only have the 5-7 in his hands. Roll on with the P250 although may AK at saka AWP naman si Red at si Esitag. Pero oh my goodness, there goes the AK. Will take down one. Kaso nga lang Kirby with that entry frag will be able to ng Plopsky and Esitag. Mapapapushback pa nga siya dito and the spray down is not gonna work out for him. Kirby just have the better gun with his M4. And another B-side take, another free bomb plant tayo for side of Endpoint. Slowly but surely, they are winning against NIP. This is ating Inferno map.
AK still in the hands though. Pero kailangan na isang malupit na save galing dito kay Hampus, that's for sure. So he can keep the gun in his hands. AK-47 so useful pagdating sa CT side. 30 bullets, insta headshot. Everything could go your way. But I don't think Hampus should challenge this. You just chill out. Huwag ka magka-cross. You know, he has an op, my friend. Oh! There it is. 2 guns down. Para dito sa side ng Endpoint does not bode well para sa kanila economy. However, it is still 13 para dito sa Endpoint. 3 points to get that map pick ng NIP. The map pick trade, kumbaga. Ang pwede natin makita dito, NIP spending the timeout to make sure that they have a master plan going into this next round dito sa City side. They know how important this is. Hindi lang para sa kanila. The economy of Endpoint can break going into the next round. Kirby 8K, CRUC1AL 8K, another rifle. Pwede magawa doon. So, 2 gun buys in a row. Kailangan yata pwede ipanalo dito. This is a rough situation para sa NIP. But if they can get 1 win on the board, get some momentum back. Pwede pa to, that's for sure. But we're starting to see some players galing dito sa NIP nagdi-disappear na sila, kumbaga.
Yep. And Endpoint, muhatang isa-surprise nila ulit tayo this time around. Tingnan natin kung may sagot. If NIP loses this one, it could be the map for the Endpoint. Full gun run tayo for both teams. AK will still be in the hands of Rez and full utility. Pero Rez will try to challenge towards this mid-air natin. Pero nakabantay na dito siguro yung crucial with his AWP as well. It's gonna be the up duel. Walang utility whatsoever na ibinabato. No smoke, no flash. Kaso nga lang nade. Sasaluin to ng buong buo ni Kuya mo. Tag down to 63 HP. And that is a good nade coming in for Nurse. Double Molotov. I'm not sure bakit dalawa yung ibinato netong NIP dito. Pero double nade again. Nurse managed to take on one. And medyo sumala pa nga yung double nade. And just let's look at what he's doing. Just baiting all the utilities netong NIP. Double Molotov, double nade. Walang nagawa yung players ng NIP as they are trying to gain control towards the banana area natin. Pero 2-2 setup will be executed by NIP. Let's see, nandito pa rin naman si Rez kahit paano. And that's gonna be a bad pick for you, Nerds. Nerds goes down with his AWP. And 4v4 naman na even na pa nga nila yung man advantage ng ating Endpoint with that frag. Pero looks like it's gonna be the A side push. This is a good read coming in for Brolan. Oh my goodness, look at that damage. Kirby down to 46 from 100. Rez again. Hello? Why are you dry peeking? I'm not sure what is Endpoint doing. Nasanay sila na dry pick lang. Pero that's with the nade, that's gonna be the push, that's gonna be the flash. Pero 14 seconds on the clock remaining. Tingnan natin na ubusan ulit silang oras dito. 8 seconds. And looks like it's gonna be the save for the Endpoint players.
Yep, save is all they can do right now. Pero meron pa naman silang sizable lead. Maybe get the up. Oh my god, the no-scope through the pader. Oh my lord. 13-9. NIP, big round para sa side nila. Recovering their economy from a really bad spot dito. Rez coming alive with the up. Big 2K by him. Naman yung this to cap off the round as well. Walang pera si Kirby after that one. So the economy could be really bad para dito sa side ng Endpoint, but still Kirby had plenty of money before the round even started, so round is still possible. Gun buy, AKs, pwede pa para dito sa Endpoint. So I think si Kirby lang possibly a Mac 10 pwede ilabas sa kanya, pero meron pa naman 4 or 5 dito si Crucial. But this is the round that could really turn the tides para dito sa NIP, pare. Grabe naman. Everything's on the line para dito sa NIP, pare, this round. Exaggerating the importance, pare. Kailangan talaga nilang i-save yung round na to. This is all or nothing.
Yep, and hindi lang yung round na to, pati yung name na NIP, kailangan din nilang i-save. Tignan natin na Nerds will try to go aggressive dito, pero I'm not sure, alam niya, may nakapag-push out dito, and with that pre-fire, will be able to take down S16. Nakita niya nga yung mahabang barrel ng M4 neto ni Kuya mo S16. Pero heavy utility presence dito, and Nerds needs to back away, and a good spray down coming for Plopsky. 4v4 situation with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Pero, oh my goodness, Kirby out of nowhere taking down Rez. I'm not sure, hindi yata pa-prepares doon na meron na nakapag-push up all the way towards this apartment's area natin, and now they have the map, they have the A-side control, and Crucial, oh my goodness, another no-scope for this guy. And now Shuril, may trade agad para ikaw yung mahampos, and now it's all up to Plopsky. 1v2 situation, Crucial, low na HP na, although he still have the op in his hands. And meron pa siyang one smoke actually, pero nag-fade na yung smoke niya dito sa may ating graveyard area. This is a good read. Dahil alam niya na may tao dito sa ating backside, and kailangan na lang i-hunt down yung last remaining player ng ating Endpoint dito. Hindi pwedeng mainip si Kuya mo, Crucial. If not, and there you have it. The wallbang, what a pick for Plopsky.
Grabe naman yun. Plopsky has been quiet I wouldn't say the entire game. He's had some good moments, but that was a great one para sa kanya. Kita niya yung mahabang up dito sa backside. And he knows that there is gonna be a player pit 100%. What a god read by the rifler of NIP. Grabe naman yun. Surreal gets taken down. And tignan naman si Crucial trying to hide that barrel around the corner, but he knows. He knows that he's in that corner, my friend. And yun na nga, Kirby had a stellar round doon. He tried everything para dito sa Endpoint. That's a tilter. Meron pa sila mga AKs dito, pero tignan mo yung economy nila. 3 digits for everyone. And the stand confidence could be shattered para dito sa Endpoint. They need to calm down.
Yup. And 200 IQ pick yun actually for Flopsy, pero Nerds, hindi siya alam. And Esitag, kailangan niyang i-check yung wall, mini wall na ito towards banana area natin. Oh my goodness, the wide swing from Nerds will be able to take down Flopsy. Tama pa ng pa-flash dito and tumatalikod si Kuya mo Esitag with the nade, kaso nga lang not enough damage is gonna do it in order for them to finish up. Eto si Kuya mo Esitag, and Esitag down to 23 HP, 4v4 pa naman tayo kahit papano, 1 minute on the clock remaining. Now they are going for this mid take. Walang contest whatsoever coming into the side of NIP dahil meron namang AWP si Rez na hold toward this B site natin. So pwede nilang hayaan yan, pero konti-kunti na rin sila nabusan ng utility.
It's all on Esitag and Rez para i-defend yung B na to, man. Esitag with a really good spot dito sa B side. That second round or that second box boost could really be the difference.
Oops, here comes the flash. Here comes the push for the side of Endpoint. Oh my goodness! Rez somehow managed to take one. We'll get the second one. Kaso nga lang, 18 seconds on the clock remaining. They need to go for his bomb plant. And Rez,
Pyjamas is down.
the game sense from this guy. And now it's all up to Kirby. It is doing bad for the side of Endpoint dahil NIP making a comeback from behind. Hampus, oh my goodness. Inubod si isang mag.
I forgot Hampus was alive. I forgot Hampus was alive the entire time. Not gonna lie, I thought it was 2 members left na lang para dito sa NIP. I thought it was only Rez and itong si Esitag. But yung pala Hampus from behind just to secure it para sa kanyang team. And grabe naman yun, NIP. The pressure was on para sa side nila. But Rez and Esitag with the crossfire dito sa B. Perfect situation para sa side nila. And definitely the worst case scenario para dito sa Endpoint. Now they have to go for a save and hope for the best that they can tie or not get tied dito sa NIP sa kanilang gun round.
What can they do with this kind of buy? Deagles, pay to 50s, and no utilities. It's all up to Nerds again, I think, to carry Endpoint with this half armor and the Deagle. Pero he gets spotted down, he gets tagged down to 65 HP, and they know what is up. Looks like it's gonna be the A side push, pero Rez
Nilipad na yung router.